showtime again. That's all it is showtime.
8 days ago, the Lovie Smith era opened with a win in St. Louis, but the action on the field proved there is still plenty of work left to be done.
No kissing in Soldier Field today, baby. Ain't gonna be no kissing.
Training camp is broken, and the battle for roster spots is heating up. As tonight, the Bears bring the preseason home to Soldier Field, where they play host to the San Francisco 49ers.
The Bears, Soldier Field. It's nothing like it. Nothing like it.
This is Bears preseason football. Welcome to Chicago, the first ever preseason game in the new remodeled Soldier Field. Tonight, game 2 of the 2004 preseason has the San Francisco 49ers in town, and it has Lovie Smith hoping to go 2-0 in his Chicago Bears head coaching career. He also tries to make it a 2-game preseason winning streak for the first time since 2000. Welcome to Chicago, Dave Barnett, joined again by Mike Ditka. And in game 2 of the preseason, some things change, one of which will be the fact that Rex Grossman, the starting quarterback, will get a full half tonight.
Well, I think you're going to look at him for a full half, but I think what you saw him last week might be a premonition of things to come. A lot of composure under pressure out there. Made some great decisions with the football, did not turn the football over, and I think he led his team very well. I think really the Coach Smith was very impressed with his play.
Florida matchup, our Bank One quarterback matchup. Ken Dorsey at Miami and Rex Grossman at Florida. Both made strong runs toward the Heisman Trophy while they were in school. Now, something else that will change is on the offensive line, the guys doing the blocking very likely will be the same group that starts the regular year.
Well, they have so many injuries right now. Tucker's out. Reuben Brown is in. This is the lineup you're going to have. These guys are going to be there. If they can stay healthy, hopefully they'll start game 1 and finish at the end of the season.
These two don't get a chance to see each other very often in the preseason. And again, first time ever preseason action at the new Soldier Field. The kickoff is next.
Before broadband, I was far from efficient online, and soon I was becoming less efficient in other ways. But that all changed when I got Comcast high-speed internet. There's no phone lines like with dial-up or DSL, so everything's faster and more efficient. Like me.
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months. Call 888-4-BEST-TV.
You know what I want?
My checking account to be really and truly free.
Really, 100% free.
Free.
I want checking that has the goods.
Maximum strength checking from Bank One.
When I walk out the door, I want to trip over ATM.
Make that free ATM. Free. I don't want to go hike around in these boots looking for a free ATM.
Can you do that for me?
I just want to be happy.
You should just say, I want the maximum. I want the maximum too.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs.
Yeah, I like that.
Maximum strength checking, only from Bank One.
You can elect to go left. You can elect to go right. Or you can be an independent. Summer Jam. Join the party now at your Cadillac dealer. Cadillac. Breakthrough. Visit your Chicagoland area Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer. Residency restrictions apply.
Back against Soldier Field for the 49ers and the Chicago Bears. What better way to get ready for the football season? A nice flyby to get it ready. And we'll get down to the field and welcome Mark Shanowski.
Thanks, Dave. One of the things we're going to be watching on offense today is the play of the Bears' young wide receivers. Veteran Marty Booker is not playing tonight. That gives a chance for some of the young guys to show what they can do. Guys like Justin Gage, Bobby Wade, and the rookie Bernard Berrien. The coaches are very excited about Justin Gage's potential. He's a 6'4" guy who played basketball at the University of Missouri. They know he can go up and get the ball. Hopefully he'll get a chance to put that leaping ability to good use tonight. Dave?
All right, so Lovie Smith not necessarily with the full crew at that position, that he'll have September 12th, when the regular season begins, 3 years as the Rams defensive coordinator. A sweet way to open his head coaching career by winning in St. Louis in overtime last week. Paul Edinger, who kicked the game-winning field goal 25 yards on the only play from scrimmage in that overtime period, has Cedric Wilson back deep. And a long line drive kick fielded on the run at the 3 by Wilson. Met at the 30 and falls forward at the 32. And from that point, the 49er offense will go to work under Dennis Erickson, their second-year head coach, and offensive coordinator Ted Tollner. Ken Dorsey, 7th-round draft pick. He lasted that long in the 2003 draft out of the University of Miami. A spectacular career there in their preseason opener against Oakland last week. 8 of 12 for 94 yards. And the offset eye on 1st down and 10 in the first play from scrimmage. Play fake, and Dorsey throws an interception right off the bat. Picked by Mike Brown.
I tell you, he telegraphed that all the way, Dave, and Mike Brown did a great job. We're playing almost, it wasn't a 2 coverage, but it was almost like they were doubling the weak side, inside and outside. Mike Brown saw the move of Dorsey to the weak side and moved right over and picked it off. Great play, great coverage.
The Bears have 1st and 10 at the 49ers.
Yeah, he looked all the way. I mean, he looked all the way, and I'll tell you, so did Mike Brown.
Brandon Lloyd, the intended receiver. 48 of San Francisco is where the Bears take over. And right to the air, the deep ball is too deep. Intended up the sideline for Ahmad Merritt, one of the heroes of last week, with the huge kickoff return to begin the overtime period. So our office back starters for Chicago: Terrell Wade at the White House, Lyman at the tight end, Thomas Jones, very impressive in his duty at running back last week, and Johnson the fullback. Up front, Mitchell needs to improve. Brown, Kreutz, Gandy, Tate up front doing the blocking for Rex Grossman. And on 2nd down and 10, a play fake, and Grossman again looking deep over the middle, in and out of the hands of Bobby Wade. Normally reliable hands, not that time. Offense max starters. Defensively for San Francisco, Engelberger with Adams, Young, and Carter up front. Their linebackers are Smith, Ulbrich, and Winborn. And the Niners secondary includes Plummer, Rumpf, Parrish, and Hurd. 7-9 last year, San Francisco. And on 3rd down and 10, Bears go 4 wide. Motion from the tight end, Lyman. Short drop by Grossman. Doesn't complete over the middle. Is going to be close for a 1st down. We'll see where they mark him, right around the 38-yard line. David Terrell made the catch.
It is the 1st down. Good job by Terrell, protecting himself, using his body, keeping his body between the ball and the defender. Great throw by Grossman. The other 2 balls are a little bit overthrown, but I tell you, he's close to what he's doing now. He does a very good job. Great throw, but watch it go. Gets his body, got a big body. Keep it in between the ball and the receiver. You'll be all right, David.
And immediately by Jimmy Williams, but he had the 1st down. David Terrell thinking that this is the best condition he's been in his career.
And Lovey said the same thing, Dave. He likes what he's seen, and the kid's worked hard, and he deserves a chance to be out there.
Whistle as the Bears come to the line.
Offense, number 8, 5-yard
Bill
penalty.
Vinovich is our referee, 1st-year referee, a former side judge who's moved up.
Well, you got guys shifting around, and the line's moving, and it's an illegal shift. That's what they're going to call it. That's what it is.
Hey, Mike, let's make a pact right now. Let's not have 19 penalties.
I hope not.
Last week.
You know, I hope not, but I know the answer to the question. They weren't the most in the league, by the way, last week.
Is that unbelievable?
Yep.
There were actually more flags than we saw in St. Louis. Darting around looking for room up the middle is very little for Thomas Jones. On his first carry, 7 carries last week for 53 yards in 1st quarter action for the veteran from Virginia.
I think what you're going to see, they fake a reverse on that. They bring the end around, fake a reverse, give it to Jones. What you're going to see, whoever's upstairs watching, what he's going to say, hey, listen, Go with the reverse.
Nearly 8 yards per carry for Jones against the Rams. After a gain of 3, 2 tight ends, and Jones again with the cutback room.
That's really good running, Dave. Really good running. The point of attack was shut off. It was going to his left. He broke back to the right, and hey, he's got a little burst. This is big time right here in the hole. They blocked the linebacker, makes the end miss, and that's a big play.
I guess he needed 12 and he got 18 yards. And Chicago first down at the 21-yard line of San Francisco. All this set up by Mike Brown's interception on the 49ers' first play from scrimmage. Draw play this time, and Jones is bottled up the middle. He might get a yard out of it. Met by the middle linebacker, Jeff Ulbrich.
He was stopped by Jeff Ulbrich.
Thomas Jones now in his 5th year, signed as a free agent. I hope that he can be a Priest Holmes type.
Well, that's asking a lot.
Yeah, that's asking an awful lot.
It really is. He's a pretty good football player. But Jones is a talent. The 49ers use a lot of, they blitz the linebackers a lot. They stand inside, blitz the linebackers a lot. That's how they try to pressure the quarterback and upset the running game. They're coming again this time.
Barry Shea goes to the empty backfield, 5 wides. Grossman tried to dump it off to lineman. Could just as well, perhaps, have kept it and gotten close for a first down.
Yeah, I think that one he's going to learn. He's going to put it under his belt and go. When you move that far, what you're first of all in danger of is being past the line of scrimmage. And he's moving up there pretty good. He had some room. He was caught from behind. I think he can make a play here.
And maybe a catchable ball slightly behind Dustin Lyman. 8th play of the drive down. It's 3rd and 9. Need to get just outside the Niner 11. Good protection for Grossman. Plenty of time. And the throw is only caught by Terrell at the 17-yard line. Nowhere near what he needed to get for the first.
Well, they tried a crossing pattern, and that's good because down in the red zone, most teams will have a tendency to play man. They played zone all the way right there. So people were crossing, but they were just crossing into other coverages.
So Paul Edinger is out. He'll try a 35-yarder out of the hold of Brad Maynard. Edinger's 25-yarder, beating the Rams on the only overtime snap 1 week ago, and he has this kick on the way and good.
Solid.
So the Bears cash in Mike Brown's interception and take an early 3-0 lead.
All American brewed beers are fresh. What really matters is taste. Let's see what happens when beer drinkers compare the taste of Bud Light and Miller Lite.
What kind of beer do you drink?
Bud Light.
Do you want to do a taste challenge?
I would love to do a taste challenge.
Tell me if you see a difference in the color.
The beer on the right has more color.
Tell me which one has more taste.
I'm saying the beer on the right has more taste.
You picked Miller Lite.
Oh, what can I say? It was good.
You didn't pick Bud Light.
My choice in the taste challenge is Miller Lite.
Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
Where you go in life is up to you. There's one airline that can take you there. United. It's time to fly.
Bears preseason football is sponsored by Comcast. Get more Chicago sports with Comcast digital cable. And brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Miller, good call. Cadillac, bold vehicles defying convention. Visit your local Cadillac dealer. Bank One, presenting partner of the Chicago Bears and home of maximum strength checking. Member FDIC. And by Chevy. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers today.
Back again in Chicago on just a spectacular Saturday evening. As Edinger's kick is going to be returned by Jamal Robertson, who was tripped up at the 35-yard line. A 22-yard return, and San Francisco will have it for the second time. This time they'll try and hold on to it longer than one play.
The last of the 04s have arrived. It's Chevy's model year-end event. Now get big cash back or low APR financing for qualified buyers on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Ladies, your cars are all set.
Boy, that was quick.
At Jiffy Lube, no two customers are exactly alike. And neither are their cars. So no matter what kind of car you drive, Jiffy Lube knows exactly what it needs. Nobody knows your car's specific needs, and nobody knows oil changes better than Jiffy Lube. Because cars are different, just like people. Jiffy Lube, the well-oiled machine.
This summer, the Fast Lane is under new ownership. Catch the most thrilling performance of the season, Pontiac Summer Drive. Now get a total allowance of $2,000 to $6,000 on most new 2004 Pontiac models when you finance through your dealer and GMAC. The performance of the year, the ride of our lifetime. Now playing at Pontiac dealers everywhere.
3-0 after the turnover by Ken Dorsey on Mike Brown's interception turns into an Edinger field goal of 34 yards. Bears Game Day Live starts Sunday, September 12th on NBC5. Bears Game Day Live on the air 10:30 a.m. includes live updates from the field, exclusive interviews, and mic'd up segments you cannot see anywhere else. Game Day Live hosted by Mark Shanowski with Tom Thayer, Jeff Joniak, joined this year by Bears great Jimbo Coverts. Ken Dorsey picked off on his only snap so far. Takes over at the 35-yard line, and the flag is down. And so is his running back as he gives to Kevin Barlow, the fourth-year man out of Pittsburgh. Bill Vinovich with the call.
Offsides. Defense, number 91.
Five against the Bears for offside.
First down.
Finally get a chance to look at the Office Max starters for the San Francisco offense. Cedric Wilson, Brandon Lloyd, the wideouts, Eric Johnson, the tight end. You just saw Barlow go to work. And also in the backfield, Matt Stanley, Harris, Heitman, Gutierrez, Kozar, and Grog, the offensive line. And on 1st and 5, they go 2 tight ends. And try Barlow again. And Barlow fights hard, does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1. Brought down by Tommy Harris, the #1 draft pick out of Oklahoma. Office Max starters defensively for the Bears. Robinson, there's Harris with Boone and Haynes up front. With a linebacker core of Briggs, Hillenmeyer, and Reese. And a secondary of Tillman, McQuarters, Gray, and you've already seen Mike Brown go to work tonight. 2nd down and 6. 39-yard line. Motion by Eric Johnson, tight end. Out of the eye, play fake. And complete. And probably enough for a first down on this catch by Matt Stanley, the fullback, first-year man from UCLA. It is, in fact, a first down.
You've got to light him up there. RW, you got a chance to put a good lick on him coming in there. He'll never see you. You're looking right at him. Get him. I think when Coach Smith is really going to like what they see with the defense right now. These guys look, they look a lot different than they did last week to me. They're really coming off that ball. They're really working up front.
Dorsey straight back. And catch at the 44-yard line. Cedric Wilson did for 11 yards. And another 49er first down. Our Cadillac scoring drive, after Dorsey's first pass was picked by Brown, 9 plays and 32 yards later in 3 minutes and 43 seconds, officially a 34-yard Edinger field goal. Barlow and Stanley in the backfield in the eye. 49ers on the march at the Bear 44. On the ground. Just a couple. Let's check in on the sideline with Mark Shanowski.
One of the things the coaches are worried about in this second preseason game is losing more guys to injuries. In that first series, outside linebacker Marcus Reese was injured, his right hamstring. Doubtful that he's going to return. Obviously, he's been one of the big stories of training camp. He beat out Joe Odom at one of the outside spots, but we'll be seeing a lot of Joe Odom in the game tonight.
And all Joe Odom does is make plays, you know, and we talked about that before the game with Lovey, and no matter where this guy does, he just shows up where the football is.
Just a big fumble last week. Well, but you hate to see more injuries at linebacker. Dorsey's toss is complete, close for a first down. On the catch, it is Brandon Lloyd, the second-year man out of Illinois. The Illini's second all-time leading receiver. And where they mark it may be close enough for a first down. Chains will come in. This is an impressive 49er drive. Really their first possession, since the first one lasted all of one snap. And that is going to be a couple of links of the chain shy. That's all. Dennis Erickson came back to the pros from Oregon State. A lot of people had been convinced that he would finish out his career at quarterback.
Yeah, I think everybody thought that, but in the first place, he should have never been let go by Seattle. I mean, they had a bad call in the Jet game when he said Testaverde made the first down, right. Or that staff is still in Seattle probably. So, I mean, it shows you what an inch here, an inch there will do. But, you know, he had a good career at Oregon State, did a great job, and now he's back here, and he's a fine coach. I coached against him when I was in New Orleans. That was New Orleans. I don't remember that.
That was about 8 wins a year at Oregon State. A leap for the first down. Kevin Barlow at the 32. Needed inches, got 3 yards, upended by Mike Green. Erickson, Mike, was at one of those places where it was supposed to be impossible to win. Oregon State was one of those programs are going to lose 9-10 a year no matter what.
Dave, it's like anything. I think, you know, when you talk about a school like Oregon State or some of the other small schools, it's not a small school, don't put that. But when you can recruit good athletes, like the Jackson kid, Stanley Jackson, then you got a chance. And that's exactly what he did. He did a good job of recruiting, and that's one of his strengths.
There's a knifeful of Steven Jackson last week.
They did.
Barlow again on the call, and a cutback to the 28. Hit there by the defensive end, Michael Haynes. So this 49er march continues. Under 7 minutes to go in the first quarter. Last week's first quarter, each team had the ball once, and that was it. That's all we saw. Rex Grossman, one drive, led to a field goal. And that's all we've seen from him so far tonight. 8th play this march coming up for Dorsey. And former Bear Curtis Conway has checked in as a third wideout. Blitz comes. The toss to Barlow, and he's knocked out of bounds at the 21-yard line. Very close to another first down, hit there by Hunter Hillenmeyer.
Well, when you take that kind of a chance right there, Dave, what happened? The middle linebacker, Hillenmeyer, has got to get out to cover him, and of course that's tough. I mean, it's a long way to go, and you're disguising the blitz, so he's not moving out there too quick, and that's basically what happened on the play. He had the responsibility to back out of the backfield.
And Barlow got the first. It's been his offseason kickboxing. Got down 10 pounds, right around 230. Best shape of his career. 1st and 10 again, 49ers, Dorsey back. And the swing pass almost intercepted. If it had been caught by Lance Briggs, 70 yards later, you'd have a Chicago touchdown.
Well, that's a play you hope the guy makes. He's got to cover terrifically. You got good pressure here and good coverage, actually. The coverage is what caused it. Oh, you like to have that in the back. Oh.
Mike, we saw one just like that last week.
And Odom dropped that, stepped out there in front of the ball and dropped it, and wish he had that one back, too.
Second down and 10. And it's cut back by Jamal Robertson. First carry, gets outside, close to a first down. Dragged out by Charles Tillman and Bobby Gray.
It's a good job of running right there because they really jammed up the point of attack. There was no room to run. He bounced the play very well and ended up picking up 10, 12 yards on the play.
Flag right where the tackle happened.
Face mask, probably.
There's no foul for face mask. He had his shoulder.
Turned out to be clean. Yep.
Well, I don't know.
Shoulder pad, you're not so convinced, huh?
I hope it is. It doesn't matter to me. That's great.
3rd and 1, a very short one at the 12. Robertson in the backfield.
Good place for it.
Robertson with the give is stood up, goes nowhere.
They may have given it to him.
He got a little extra spin out of the grasp of the first hit, but they still marked the 12-yard line and still, I would think, about a foot or two short. Alfonso Boone grabbed him and held on.
You know, that there is what you want to see. What's happened in the last 2 games, you know, they were so bad in takeaways last year defensively, the Bears. Now in less than 5 quarters, they got 3. That's pretty good.
Timeout. They will measure with 5:08 remaining, so we will, rather than break, see what the measurement shows us. By the eyeball, looked like it wasn't all that close, and sure enough, the chains agreed, at least a yard short. So on will come the specialty unit for the Niners.
Well, this has been excitement for the 49ers. They've gone through a few kickers in the last couple of years, and this is really an organization that's really in transition right now. You know, they don't have their supposedly star linebacker in Julian Peterson, and this is a team that's changed a lot of people over the last couple of years, and I'm not sure I really understand why. A lot of those people are pretty good players.
Todd Peterson on to try a 30-yarder to tie it under the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. And his kick is good. So he is matched Paul Ledinger's 34-yarder. And an extended drive for San Francisco produces points with 4:53 in the first.
It's Toyota time, the nationwide clearance event, the year's biggest event. You've got to act now. Get great clearance savings on fuel-efficient cars like the legendary Camry. Now with 0% financing up to 48 months. Or 1,000 customer cash. Or go for the stylish Solara, also with 0 financing for 36 months. Toyota time. Selection, value, clearance, now.
Before broadband, I was far from efficient online, and soon I was becoming less efficient in other ways. But that all changed when I got Comcast high-speed internet. There's no phone lines like with dial-up or DSL, so everything's faster and more efficient. Like me.
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months. Call 888-4-BEST-TV.
It's a school day imperfect. Here, students arrive in a timely fashion. There are always enough supplies to complete your class project. And even the teachers have a hard time coming in from recess.
Walgreens is proud to support the Bears in promoting organ donor awareness in Illinois. Visit ChicagoBears.com to learn more about the Youth for Life program.
That's life. This is Walgreens.
3-3, Dave Barnett and Mike Ditka at Soldier Field. Just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. A 12-play San Francisco drive culminated by Todd Peterson's 30-yard field goal. So the Cadillac scoring drive. Also showing Dorsey's accuracy, 4 out of 5. One incompletion was very nearly a 70-yard touchdown interception returned by Lance Briggs. Bernard Berrien stands waiting for the kick by Peterson. Berrien showed some flashes at St. Louis last week.
This is an area where they've got to, they've got to find somebody to replace Azuma and get that ball out past the 20-yard line. That's a short kick. That's got to come out past the 20. Not very much.
Return of about 7 yards out to the 27-yard line. Rabi Abdullah and Rex Grossman will go back to work for the Bears. 4:49 tied up in the first.
A Focus and a Dell, a Focus and a Dell. Get the car and you'll go far with a Focus and a Dell. The Dell PC is free. The Dell PC is free. The printer's fat. The monitor's flat. The Dell PC is free.
Get into any 2005 Ford Focus with 0% financing or $2,000 cash back and get a Dell computer with a flat panel monitor and printer, all free.
A Focus and a Dell.
I would have gone vanilla with that sweater.
Ice cream, $3.
I think I would have parked a little closer.
Gas, $22.
Whoa. I think
haircut, $30.
What? I would have looked out for the water main. But that's just me.
Monday morning quarterbacks, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
I would have double bagged it.
There's a party you don't want to miss. And WCIU is where it is.
Yeah, that's the ticket.
It's fun, it's real, and it's all about you. It's here on 26th of you.
Let's get this party started.
Real life, real justice, real people you know. It's here on 26th of you. You've got it, oh yeah. WCIU, you've got it. You've got it.
3-3 the first quarter. Don't miss a chance to be a part of the storied Chicago Bear tradition here at Soldier Field. The season ticket waiting list is currently open to applications, and now is a great time to add your name. For more information, call 888-79-BEARS or log on to chicagobears.com. Bears start from their 28-yard line. Rex Grossman so far tonight is 2 for 5, 14 yards, both completions to David Terrell. And a handoff is to Jones. They had set up a possible end around to Bobby Wade. We set up down below Mark Chanowski.
Because of an injury to Alex Brown today, the Bears did some shuffling on their defensive line. That resulted in their top draft pick, Tommy Harris, getting his first start as a professional. And after this last series, Ron Rivera came over to Tommy Harris and Tank Johnson and said, guys, you got to be more aggressive. You got to force the action. You can't let the offensive linemen swallow you up. One of the lessons that a rookie defensive tackle has to learn in this league. Dave?
Mike, even as talented as those two are, that's going to take a while, isn't it? Swing pass, Jones.
I don't think there's any question. I mean, it takes time. It takes a feel out there. You got to realize the other guys are playing football too. These kids will learn. They'll get a feel for what they're doing out there. And once they understand that they can handle that offensive lineman, they'll be much more aggressive about it. Another good job by Grossman there of looking downfield. Nothing down there. Take the outlet to the back.
And a first down on the swing pass to Jones. He continues to impress.
Well, he's versatile. They said he could do everything, and he sure looks like it right now. I didn't realize that he had that much of a burst to break away from people.
From their 40. And out of the eye, Jones. Looks for room left side. Cut back. That gets him 5.
Let me tell you something. I mean, this is preseason. The 49ers are blitzing a lot and a lot of different people, and I don't think they can stop anybody unless they do blitz. And if they keep doing that, they're going to get hurt. One of these is going to break all the way because there's some big holes being pumped in that line there.
So that gets us into the discussion. Yeah. How much do you want to show of your regular season play?
Well, they play them in a couple weeks, and I mean, once the season starts, not too far into the season. But these guys, look at it. Here they come again. I mean, these guys are really coming up. They're blitzing a lot.
This one brings flags.
Yeah, this will probably be illegal procedure. Again, you got to lock in there, and this is the problem Mitchell had last week. You cannot move. Now, I don't know if that was Mitchell or not. You've got to be careful. You got to set in there now. the one thing in defense, once they know that they can get your left tackle antsy about getting up out of his stance and getting in pass protection, they're going to drive him nuts, believe me.
Kasim Mitchell, 3 penalties at St. Louis.
Yep.
Not all against him tonight, but that is the 3rd Bear penalty. Move it back to 2nd down and 10. Time for Grossman. Lyman with a catch and hit immediately the 41-yard line. Ahmed Plummer, the 5th-year former #1 draft pick out of Ohio State.
Again, it's still good. It's a good decision by Grossman again. I mean, he didn't have what he wanted. He couldn't get the ball downfield. They're in his zone defense. Don't force it. Take what they give you, and you might break a tackle. In that case, the ball was a little bit behind the tight end, and he really couldn't do much with the ball.
Tight ends this week, not including Desmond Clark with a hamstring. Gabe Reed, Martinelli made some contributions last week. May be called on again tonight. On 3rd and 9 over the middle. That's going to be close. Lyman at midfield.
Now, again, as you see, and I mean, I'm going to keep, there's a lot of blitzing going on. The Bears did a great job of picking it up, and I tell you, Rex Grossman did a good job of getting the ball to the tight end. They got the ball to the tight end a lot last week. They're starting to get it to him again a lot tonight. This is a good sign. You get the ball to the tight end, you're going to have a good offense.
Derek Smith hit him immediately, but not before he had another Bear first down. Just across midfield, 3 wides. A minute 40 in the first quarter. Play fakes and pressure, going deep and incomplete. Intended for Justin Gage.
I like the call. Good call. I like the call a lot. And I tell you what, they're going to light these cornerbacks up. If I don't know, that wasn't Rump that time, but Rump has had some trouble man-to-man coverage. So they're going to get after these guys a little bit, and they know that they play them during the regular season and show them, hey, listen, we can get past you. We can run past you guys.
This doesn't feel like preseason.
No, it really doesn't. But if you watch the 49er defense, believe me, you don't see that much blitzing. We ran to 46, believe me. Here they come again.
2nd down and 10. Jones hunts in vain for room and settles for the 49. Under a minute and a half, and a 3rd and about 9 coming.
Well, the big thing last week, the Bears converted, I think 8 out of 15, or no, it wasn't 8 out of 15, but it was 6 out of 15 or 6 out of 13. And that wasn't bad on 3rd down, and they converted a couple of big ones tonight. Now, this is a big one right now, 3rd and 10.
Ahmad Merritt into the game, wide left alongside Bobby Wade. Gage is wide right. Grossman has time. And incomplete for Bobby Wade. He looks for a flag. There won't be one.
Doesn't matter. You got to catch that ball, Bobby. You've got to catch that football. Good throw there.
Right in his hands for the former
Very
rounder out of Arizona.
You couldn't throw the ball any better than that. You got to make that play.
Covered by Jimmy Williams. And so the drive stalls there. Brad Maynard is on to kick to Jimmy Williams. Fair catch, has to come up and take it to the 15. With 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. A 33-yard effort by Maynard. And we remain 3-3 at Soldier Field.
Keep wood decks, fences, and siding looking new with blood-penetrating oil finish from Menards. It goes deep into wood fibers to block moisture and harmful UV rays. On sale, just $13.89 a gallon. Create an attractive patio, walk, or driveway with Holland concrete pavers. On sale in your choice of 5 colors, only 29 cents each. Menards paves your way to savings.
Save big money at Menards.
Action. Fifth Third Platinum One checking delivers premium interest. Wow, premium interest. Wow, Fifth Third rocks. Platinum One checking delivers the convenience of 1,800 ATMs, over 1,000 banking centers, and 53.com, your 24/7 online banking resource. I still can't get over that rate. Oh, no, I would never wear that. Premium interest. Only Fifth Third. The only bank you'll ever need. That's a wrap.
You can elect to go left. You can elect to go right. Or you can be an independent. Summer Jam. Join the party now at your Cadillac dealer. Cadillac. Breakthrough. Visit your Chicagoland area Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
Look at Hunter Hillenmeyer, the second-year middle linebacker out of Vanderbilt. We have him mic'd up tonight, and momentarily we will hear what it sounds like to Hunter be down on the field in the second preseason game of 2004. We have 42 seconds to go in the first quarter. Total offense relatively close. 3-3 game. Niners take over at their 16. And in the offset eye, Barlow and Stanley. Stanley now shifting over as Dorsey will overthrow his target at midfield, Curtis Conway.
Goes right. Goes right. Water. Hey, watch the snapper. Watch the snapper. Watch the snapper.
Make one sounds of the game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the very first player ever to wear a mic, Sam Huff, middle linebacker, about 40 years ago or so. You're right. I think the first time people heard exactly how violent it is down there.
The violent world of Sam Huff.
Right. And Michael Haynes making this stop on Barlow on maybe the last play of the first quarter.
San Francisco has 3rd and 1 at their own 25.
It'll be a 3rd and 1 for the Niners.
You know, they talked to, you saw Hillenmeyer out there. You know, I asked Coach Smith about Urlacher's progress, and I think maybe everybody would like to know that Brian is really, he's running, he's ran for the last week. He has no pain in the leg, and of course, his time schedule is to get back right now, and Lovey's going to make him wait another week, at least another week. He'd like them to play in the last preseason game, and that's it.
That's it for the first quarter. The 49ers 3, the Bears 3.
I want to throw away those envelopes and pay my bills online with a click, free and guaranteed. Click, click, click. And I want branches and ATMs everywhere I look. Everywhere.
Maximum strength checking from Bank One.
Make that free ATMs. Free. And I want emails about my account. Right, just the important stuff. You should just say, I want the maximum. I want the maximum too. Honey, my maximum has more than your maximum. My maximum makes your maximum look a minimum.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs. Maximum strength checking. Only from Bank One.
Down the walking cane, hand me down my hat. Do we think we can stand? So much rhythm, grace, and debonair for one man? No. Rubber band man, get down.
This summer, the Fast Lane is under new ownership. Catch the most thrilling performance of the season, Pontiac Summer Drive. Now, lease a 2004 Grand Am SE solid value for around $139 a month after GMAC bonus. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. The performance of the year, the ride of a lifetime. Now playing at your Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana Pontiac dealer.
Knights settling in downtown. 3-3 as we begin the second quarter. And our first quarter stats. Pass yards almost dead even. Edge thanks to Thomas Jones on the ground for the Bears. First downs also dead even. And the penalties have been cut down somewhat from last week.
Knock on wood.
If only it can continue. Niners did not draw a single flag in that first 15 minutes. They start from their 25-yard line of 3rd and 1. Their third straight 3rd and 1, and they go 2 tight ends. And the give from Dorsey is going to be right at the marker before Barlow gets driven back. Up for the hit, Charles Tillman from corner. And first down. Down to Mark Stanowski.
We told you earlier in the game that young linebacker Marcus Reese suffered a hamstring injury. They iced it down. We're hoping that maybe he could come back, but they let him off to the locker room for further treatment. We won't be seeing Marcus Reese again tonight.
No, he won't be back either, believe me. If it's a hamstring, whether he pulled it or not, they're going to keep him out for this one. He doesn't have to play this game.
Starting from Urlacher on that position. Under a dark cloud all summer. Overthrown. Intended for Brandon Lloyd. R.W. McQuarters.
They're going to pick on R.W. a little bit. I mean, he was one of their draft picks out there with the 49ers. And of course, they traded him. And I just think, you know, I don't think they felt that his talents were suited for the cornerback position. He's playing cornerback here. I still think he's a safety, but, you know, he's doing a good job. You got to take something out of that receiver when he gets over.
Riders' first-round pick out of Oklahoma State, 1998. Second down. Dorsey steps up, incomplete, off the hands of Lloyd.
That's a good play there. Now that R.W., that's a good play. Got his hand in there, Dave. Got his hand in there, and Dorsey had a lot of time to throw this football. He stumbled, came out. Watch what happens here. Did a very good job. Keeps good leverage on the guy and gets his hand inside. Good job.
Well, for a guy to think of himself as a starting corner in the NFL to be relegated to nickel for the last 10 games, that's a chip that he's going to take care of.
It is, and it might have happened this year, too, if Jerry Azuma hadn't gotten hurt.
Opportunity for R.W.
Right. Step up and take advantage of it.
Dorsey's missed his last 4 pass attempts at a marker as he steps back. On a 3rd and long.
Before the snap, ball start.
And this one will be the first 49er penalty of the night.
Well, you know, 3rd and 10 is not that enviable position. I don't care if you're the 49ers, the Bears, or whoever you are. And that tackle is going to get a little edgy because he knows those ends are going to come off the corner pretty tough.
At this point, Dennis Erickson has absolutely no help on the play calling, right? 3rd and 15, no volunteers.
Nobody wants this one.
Coach, you're on your own here. On a 3rd down from their 21-yard line. Blitz is picked up, but he's got to get rid of it because the heavy heat was on him.
Bobby Gray.
On the safety blitz.
This is really, really a great job. And this is a good defensive call because you're going to show them 3rd and long, they'll come after you. Most people want to sit back in some kind of soft zone. That's good pressure because the guy's got to get rid of the football. And chances are you're not going to be able to get the yardage for the first down anyways.
5 straight misses by Dorsey. And the punt by Andy Lee. Not a good one at all. Sideways hop. Bears are going to get great field position out of this at their own 45-yard line. Lucky to get 32 yards out of that one.
I had one of those on the golf course today. It's called a shank.
Right off the hosel. Ron Rivera, their defensive coordinator, turns it over to his offense in pretty good position.
The last of the 04s have arrived. It's Chevy's model year-end event. Now get big cash back or low APR financing for qualified buyers on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Honey, we're going to be late.
Coming.
Where's my fedora?
In the closet next to the loafers.
What about my air horn?
In the 4th drawer down in the dresser.
Let's go. They're here. Let's do this.
For the best view of the game, get an LG TV. The planet's leader in flat panel television. LG. Life's good.
You can elect to go left. You can elect to go right. Or you can be an independent. Summer Jam. Join the party now at your Cadillac dealer. Cadillac. Break through. Visit your Chicagoland area Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer. Residency restrictions apply.
A minute gone in the second quarter, 3-3. Don't forget that Bears Game Night Live will start on Sunday, September 5th with a special season preview show and continue every Sunday night at 10:45 p.m. following Sports Sunday on NBC5. Game night includes an exclusive interview with Lovie Smith every Sunday, along with game analysis from Mark Shadowski, Tom Thayer, Bears players live in the studio, much, much more. Grossman on the play fake. Throws complete. Right at midfield, Bobby Wade hangs on. Last drive, a catchable ball he could not hang on to. This time he gets 6. The second-year man out of Arizona. Known for his hands. Grossman under a little pressure from Derek Smith that time before he got it right to the open man, and it'll be 2nd and 4. Niner territory at the 48. And the first carry by Adrian Peterson, the former 6th-round pick out of Georgia Southern, the all-time leading collegiate ball carrier there.
Hard runner, put his shoulder down, got a couple yards there.
18 plays and 11 have been Grossman passes so far. This will be a 3rd and 2 coming. Free game, exchange of early field goals. 3 for 3, perfect against the Rams in these situations. We'll call this 3rd and a long one. And Grossman up the sideline, incomplete for Dustin Lyman. Covered by Derek Smith.
They're coming on every down. They're blitzing. Every down.
So the Niners obviously forget about
they really do.
The element of surprise. That's not part of their plan at all.
There's 2 ways to look at it, Dave. They got to play the Bears again. Hey, you beat them in preseason. You leave a taste in their mouth, and show them what they got to prepare for. You give them more things to prepare for. You take a lot of time off of what they want to do on their own schedule.
So the punt by Maynard. Jimmy Williams wants a fair catch at the 16-yard line. And a 29-yard kick, unreturnable though. The Niners again will start without much in the way of field position. 12:29 to go in the second quarter. 3-3 tie at Soldier Field.
All American brewed beers are fresh. What really matters is flavor. Let's see what happens when beer drinkers compare the flavor of Bud and Miller Genuine Draft.
It's a Budweiser town.
Wait, what beer do you drink?
Budweiser.
Do you want to do a taste challenge?
I do want to do a taste challenge.
And compare the color?
On the right has more color.
Tell me which one has more flavor.
This one has more flavor.
You picked.
I chose Miller Genuine Draft. I'm surprised.
You did not pick Budweiser.
You're kidding me. Kills me to say it, but Miller Genuine Draft has more flavor.
Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
Everything is so fresh.
I wonder who her caterer is.
It's me. I'm the caterer. Please. Come on, Patricia, who is it?
I got everything at Jewel. What, you think I have a fancy chef back there with a tall white hat and a funny accent?
Can I have his number?
Jewel, helping make your life easier.
A Focus and a Dell, a Focus and a Dell. Get the car and you'll go far with a Focus and a Dell. The Dell PC is free. The Dell PC is free. The printer's fat. The monitor's flat. The Dell PC is free.
Get into any 2005 Ford Focus with 0% financing or $2,000 cash back and get a Dell computer with a flat panel monitor and printer, all free.
A Focus and a Dell.
Well, let's toss you a Comcast Bear fact, and it's about Wade Wilson, the quarterback coach. Playing careers in NFL QB span 19 seasons, 1981 through 99, with 5 different teams. He is the 8th longest player's tenure in NFL history.
He's going to have a nice pension one day, Dave.
No kidding, even if he hadn't become a coach. Born in Commerce, Texas, went to school there. He's been around so long they changed the name of his alma mater.
Right.
It's not East Texas State anymore. Texas A&M Commerce. Second straight time Niners start at their 16-yard line. Nothing for Jamal Robertson, driven straight back. There was a good forward surge led by Michael Haynes.
There was one time he danced a little bit too much. You got to make a decision to go, and Haynes was right there.
Second and 9 from the San Francisco 17.
Very good job. Shed his block very well, came off and made the play.
First rounder out of Penn State 1 year ago. They give Robertson 1. Dorsey on 2nd and 9. Once the screen set up. Blockers out in front. Robertson undercut at the 21.
Great play by McQuarters. RW flipped the blockers, made a great tackle, because that's going to be a big gainer. That's going to be a first down for sure, Dave.
Playing with an agenda tonight, Mike, isn't he?
Well, you know, he's got an opportunity, like you say, and if you don't take advantage of an opportunity, this is a well set up screen. 49ers have always done it well. Watch. Great job by McQuarters. Great job. That's outstanding. Split the blockers, made the tackle.
3rd and 4. Niners 50% so far. And they go 3 wides. A Dennis Erickson favorite. Deep ball is caught up the sideline, and a first down to the 45-yard line goes Cedric Wilson.
Well, they're picking on him too, but you know that's a tough play. You get up in man coverage, you're going to beat you once in a while. Good pressure. Good try. Michael Haynes, well, he just got beat off the ball. If you're going to get into a press position, you've got to stop that receiver from getting a free release. You cannot let him get us outside you that quick. He's going to beat you every time. This is the biggest thing I see about him, you know, is the mental aspect of what to do in that position, how to play the technique.
When you talk about opportunities with no Terrell Owens, there are opportunities galore with a flag down for somebody to emerge as the go-to Niner receiver. As Robertson is brought down to the 41-yard line, 7 yards if the play stands. It will not. It's holding San Francisco.
I think, Dave, what the 49ers would like was no one go-to receiver. They like to spread the football around. Yeah, I know when you go back to the days when they had Rice, but they also had a lot of other guys that got the football too, including the tight end, the running backs, and the other receiver, whose name was Taylor, John Taylor. So, I mean, I'm just saying that that's their philosophy. That's always been what Bill Walsh has done, and I think they would like to do that a little bit more instead of having one guy who thinks he's got to get the football 15 times a game. And I'll guarantee you they're not going to do that.
Well, the team mood has got to improve.
Yeah, oh yeah. I mean, there's no question about it. I mean, you can't let that happen. What happened? You cannot let that happen. That's all there is to it.
He's already throwing brickbats, and his former quarterback, Jeff Garcia. First carry, Terry Jackson. And his burst ends with a fumble. And a Bear recovery at the 43-yard line.
Now, that was a lick. And I'm not sure who made it. Oh, my God. Mike Brown unloaded. Now, there's something come out of there. He recovered it. I don't know who unloaded it. That might have been RW that unloaded there. Let's watch this.
Mike Green.
Mike Green.
Ball
nope.
loose.
Nope. Nope. That's McQuarters. RW made the play. No, 25. 25, you're right. Mike. Bobby Gray. Bobby Gray made the hit. What a lick. Whoa.
Too many guys to give credit.
Second turnover of the game. They're going to review it.
Well, early on, we saw the first big play of the game turned in on the interception by Mike Brown. Now in on the recovery. Gray being checked after that head-to-head contact, helping jar the ball loose. Well, they review it with 10:13 to go in the second quarter of the 3-3 tie.
When I say I'm going to do something, consider it done. When I say I'm going to pay you, start thinking about how you want to spend the money. I want the same from my bank.
Maximum Strength Checking from Bank One.
When I pay a bill online, I want it to get there when you promise it's going to get there. Click that little button. It's the last thing I worry about. It's done. 0 doubt, over and out.
Maximum Strength Checking. Online, on time, guaranteed bill pay. Only from Bank One.
For great storage ideas, head to Menards. Save big on pre-cut, ready-to-assemble wood storage sheds on sale now. The 8x8-foot Imperial has over 400 cubic feet of space, with shingles just $399. For great paint, choose Dutch Boy Dirt Fighter exterior paint. It resists peeling, blistering, and cracking and comes with a 15-year warranty. Flat is on sale just $13.79 a gallon. Rush on, big savings from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Before broadband, I was far from efficient online, and soon I was becoming less efficient in other ways. But that all changed when I got Comcast high-speed internet. There's no phone lines like with dial-up or DSL, so everything's faster and more efficient. Like me.
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months. Call 888-4-BEST-TV.
Well, here is what caused Bobby Gray to get some medical attention. Watch this hit straight on.
Oh, it's out of there. It's a great hit. Great tackle.
He is okay, thankfully. And the Bears take over and get it to Peterson, who spins his way across midfield. Gain about 7. Tackled by Tony Parrott.
That's that fake reverse play again to Bobby Wade. And again, you know, it's going to be there eventually. Believe me, it's going to be there. And I think they wanted to see it because they play them later in the season. As I said, here's an interesting point, Dave. The 49ers have average starting on their own 25. The Bears, now this is unbelievable after last week, have average starting on their own 43-yard line. But that's what turnovers will do.
And with that kind of advantage, you'd like to see them
more points.
Turn it into more than 1 field goal so far. But plenty of time, better than 9.5 minutes in the half. Grossman with some pressure has to throw that one away.
They're blitzing. I mean, they are coming after him basically on every short and long yardage situation. This is pretty unusual, really.
Willie Robinson, the 49er defensive coordinator, just a mad scientist tonight. Every blitz he can think of, they're trying out on.
Well, this is part of they've always done this. I mean, this coaching staff, even when they were in Seattle, they had a lot of these exotic blitzes. They come at you from every angle.
3rd and 3. With Wade right, Terrell left. Grossman complete. Bobby Wade with the catch and a Chicago first down of the 42-yard line.
Engelberger hurdled the blocker, and what a great job by Grossman. Get the football away, got it to the tight end, made it. Was that the tight end of Bobby Gray? Bobby Gray.
Wade with the catch.
Wade, actually. Bobby Wade would be better than Bobby Gray.
Adrian Peterson causing Engelberger to leap over him, delayed him just long enough for Grossman to get the pass off. Now Peterson's turn to run it. Not much off tackle here, maybe two.
I like to call it. It's a toss outside. It's going to keep these guys on it. They use this play on short yardage once in a while. They're going to make the short yardage every time because 49ers seem to be really stunning inside and blitzing inside.
Peterson, 6,543 yards at Georgia Southern, all-time collegiate rushing leader, touchdown leader, scoring leader. You think of Ricky Williams, Rondane, well, he outdid them all. Is a 2nd down and 8. Peterson alone in the backfield. Merritt went in motion. And the swing pass for Adrian Peterson. One-on-one move. He is tripped up in the open field by Jamie Winborn. Let's check in down with Mark Shanowski.
Well, not only did Bobby Gray get his bell rung on that big hit, he also bruised his right shoulder. They're going to ice it down and see if he can return to the game today. But it was kind of funny on the sidelines. They were asking him what stadium he was in. I think he gave the wrong answer because the doctor and all the medical staff had a good laugh. Mike, I'm sure you remember those days when you get your bell rung. You don't know where you are, do you?
Well, I'd like to say I never had it happen to me, but I didn't know where I was. That's true.
Was he at least in the city limits?
I think he got the right city, yeah.
Grossman, heavy pressure. Reverses field and lets it fly for Merritt out of bounds.
Great job by Rex Grossman. Great job.
Mike, I had visions of the Super Bowl you played in where Bob Greasy lost something like 29 yards.
Yep. Chuck Howley, I think, got him fine.
Bob Lilly, they roped him.
Right. They roped him back there a long way.
That was close, but he got rid of it, unlike Greasy.
Now, a year ago, I really don't think that Rex could have done that. I think the weight he's taken off, looks like he's much slimmer, much better shape, moves around a lot better than I've seen him move around.
So Maynard will try and hang this one up somewhere around the 15. Jimmy Williams in some traffic. Bears jump on it at the 17-yard line. Huge break. Brian Johnson is there to hop on it.
Now you got to take advantage of this one. You've got to get it in the end zone. Don't settle for 3. His own man hits him. His own man hits him.
Chicago keeps the ball.
Merritt was close, but not as close as the 49er right there. Guilty party for San Francisco. Calvin Carlisle, number 20. And as he tried to get Merritt's way, Brian Johnson was there to accept the gift. Adrian Peterson knifing through inside the 5-yard line. It's 1st and goal.
Boy, I like that play. That's your old counter gap again. And you're...
Brought down by...
Watch what they do here. He's going to step this way. They're going to come back, block down, kick out, and he's going to find a hole. You got to lead through. So it's basically what you're doing is instead of pulling a guard, you're blocking down, and then you're blocking down, and then we'll show it.
Gain of 15 yards, 1st and goal from the 3. Peterson straight up the middle, touchdown. And you said it. They had to capitalize on that gift.
And they did it with the running game. That's impressive. Stuck it right down their throat. We get a chance. We'll show you the play that Peterson gained 15 yards on if we can, and show you what it is. It's a form of the old counter gap, except you're really not pulling a guard. You're pulling a blocking back or fullback.
This is going to be a Remy Hamilton extra point try. And it's 10-3. Adrian Peterson.
Watch what happened. You pulled 2 people. But actually, 2. Yeah, I got it. You got 2 people coming through the hole. Great job.
I would have gone vanilla with that sweater.
Ice cream, $3.
I think I would have parked a little closer.
Gas, $22.
Whoa. I think...
Haircut, $30.
What? I would have looked out for the water main. But that's just me.
Monday morning quarterbacks, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
I would have double bagged it.
The last of the 04s have arrived. It's Chevy's model year-end event. Now get big cash back or low APR financing for qualified buyers on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
There's a reason they're celebrities. They stand out and grab our attention with their beauty and their talent. They make us proud of who we are. And every once in a while, a little surprised at ourselves, too. Whatever they do, they shape and reflect our own values and desires. And we want the inside story of their lives, not the packaged one. The Insider, from the producers of Entertainment Tonight.
Coming September 13th to WCIU.
Watch what happens. You got angles here. It's a no lead. The fullback leads, and Brown pulls around and leads, and he goes right up through the hole. Excellent running, but an excellent play. Here they come. O lead. Otis playing football. Good job by Lyman, the tight end, also, of staying on his man. And you like to see that because that sends a message that on the 1-2 yard line, you got people up front that can knock you off the ball and get it in the end zone.
So the Cadillac scoring drive, a very short one, just 2 plays. All Adrian Peterson. Remy Hamilton, the first-year man from Michigan, with this kickoff to Jamal Robertson. And the Bears special teams meet with a 25-yard return. So 6:21 to go in the first half. 3 San Francisco turnovers, the story.
Well, I think it's you know, forget it, the San Francisco. I mean, the Bears are creating things. And actually, the punt was created by Merritt being there so close to the receiver. The guy tried to get in front of him and bumped into his own receiver.
Forced turnovers. That's the exact description of what's happening here. An aggressive Bear first half continues. Dorsey under some pressure. And the catch is made by Wilson for about 15 yards and a first down for the Niners. The Miller Lite Party Deck is the place to be at Soldier Field. Don't forget to visit ChicagoBears.com to find out which of your neighborhood hotspots will be hosting Miller Lite Party Deck ticket giveaways. Miller, good call. And that was a good call for the Niners. Out to the 42-yard line. All 3 of their timeouts and 5:44 and counting in the half. Ken Dorsey all the way at quarterback with markers everywhere.
I don't know if that's on Harris or he was drawn off, but he got off that ball pretty good.
What was your thought on Ken Dorsey coming out? He had every endorsement you could get except for arm strength.
Well, I think, yeah, but he's smart. He's a smart quarterback. You know, he played with a lot of talented people in Miami. I think that was, people said, well, it's not all him, it's the people around him. But yet, I don't think they would have won the national championship without Ken Dorsey. And I think that people have to understand that. You know, when Montana came out, you tell me Joe Montana has a great, strong arm. No, he has a great head. He has a great charisma in the huddle. He's a leader. You know, and I think this kid has a lot of the same qualities, and that's why they look at him that way.
On 1st and 5, Robertson at the 49-yard line. Mark Shanowski.
Just want to follow up on Mike's point about Dustin Lyman's block on the touchdown run. The first guy who greeted Dustin when he came over to the sideline was the head coach, Lovie Smith. He said, great job on that play. They know Dustin Lyman is a good pass receiver. They want to make sure it can be effective in the run game. They certainly noticed the block on the touchdown.
Well, he'll get a lot better, Mark, if he gets a crew cut, I'll tell you that.
Second down, a long one, and a play fake. Dorsey's pass is dropped.
I tell you, that's Peanut Tillman. Oh, you got to get that cut a little bit. Come on, Dusty. Come on, you look like Shockey.
Well, now, if he gets his cut, what about R.W.?
Oh, my. Everybody's trying to emulate Jeremy Shockey. What happened to the crew cuts? This is America.
There's a few crew cuts down there.
There's a crew cut right there.
Not R.W. But crew cuts made a strong comeback the last few years. That's why those guys stand out even more than usual. Dorsey has to get rid of it. Heavy pressure by Michael Haynes, who's had a terrific first half.
Yeah, and that's good to see. Last year's #1 draft pick is stepping it up. Joe Odom just makes plays.
Now, how about, for instance, a Tank Johnson who went to camp with dreadlocks and got rid of them? He's your hero.
Yep. Well, I know one other guy down in Miami got rid of his dreadlocks, but then he got rid of himself.
And he picked up some baggage along the way, too.
He sure did.
Were you completely shocked by that, Ricky?
I really was. I really, really was. I'm really not sure, but I really understood it.
Wade on the return, flags down as he reaches the 36.
I don't know. There probably was a penalty on the Bears, but I'll tell you what a great decision Bobby Wade made there. Take that ball, make a move, and go. Don't dance around. You talking to me?
See if the 19-yard return stands.
Illegal block in the back. Receiving team. 10-yard penalty from the bottom of the foul. Chicago keeps the ball. First down.
And it will not. And let's take a look at our Bears preseason schedule, sponsored by Comcast. New Orleans is next up. The 27th, that's Friday, right here, Soldier Field, 7:30, and then it will close up on September 3rd at Cleveland. Jonathan Quinn is in for this series at quarterback. He's had left shoulder issues, but we did expect to see him. And sure enough, here he is with 4:36 to go in the first half. From the 13-yard line, and a problem on the very first exchange. Brian Johnson covers, but a loss of a couple of yards.
Yeah, that's Burton's responsibility. Got to go to the quarterback, or he can't come out without the football. I know you can say, well, the center didn't get it up to him, but the quarterback cannot come out of center without the football. He knows that.
Jonathan Quinn took 3 days off from practice this week. And who signed the very first day of free agency for his former coach with the Kansas City Chiefs, Terry Shea, to back up Rex Grossman, in a system with which he is obviously quite familiar. After the loss of 2.
And played well last week. Played very well.
Out of the backfield, Brian Johnson broke 1 tackle, got up to the 20. Sets up a 3rd and short. They'll need about 3. Shante Spencer, the second-round rookie out of Pitt, with the tackle.
I tell you what, I really like what he does with his offense. I mean, the utilization of the tight end and the backs in the passing game is really going to help their offense. It's going to help it in a way of being able to get to better situations on 3rd down like this one here, 3rd and 3. This is a makeable situation. Whether they make it or not, I don't know, but it's a very makeable situation.
If you look at 2nd down and 12, you will take a 3rd and 3. Play fake to Peterson. Quinn on the roll. And incomplete. Nearest man to it. Well, Gabe Reed was over there. So was Justin Gage. And the Bears will again send Maynard out to punt it away. 3 minutes, 11 seconds to go. Lovie Smith trying to go 2-0 in his first preseason. 10-3 Chicago lead. Arnaz Battle, former Notre Dame quarterback, who is trying to stick with the 49ers in a different role as a wideout. Comes way up to signal fair catch here at the 49-yard line.
Maynard's hitting the wrong side of the ball tonight. He really hasn't got into it. I mean, I watched him in pregame. Didn't look like he was really catching it well.
That one went only 32 yards.
Yep. And last week they had a 47-yard effective punting average against St. Louis, and that was in the Dome. Now that shouldn't be any difference here.
Well, Grossman tonight, 9 plays for a field goal drive. And then after the turnover, the very short 2-play touchdown drive where he just handed it twice to Adrian Peterson. They've got the Bears a 10-3 lead, avoiding the big mistake, unlike Ken Dorsey, who has 3:04 to work with.
He's got a nickel defense in there right now.
Perfectly read screen, caught by Robertson, dropped immediately by Lance Briggs.
Great job. Great job.
Loss of 5.
Now, when people talk about a nickel, and I don't mean the nickel defense, this means they put an extra defensive back in and take a linebacker out. Odom's out. Another defensive back is in. Good job by Briggs. Outstanding.
2nd down, 14. 2.5 minutes first half. It's just the second preseason meeting ever between the Niners and the Bears. And open on the swing toss, Aaron Walker, the tight end, fights his way across midfield, sets up a 3rd and about 5. These two played a 21-7 San Francisco win back in 1991 in Berlin, the American Bowl. Back when Montana and Young were still co-quarterbacks for San Francisco. That's how long ago that was. Second time they've ever gotten together in the preseason. And at the 2-minute warning, the Bears lead.
Gray skies are gonna clear up. Put on a happy face. Totally free checking with access from any place.
Fifth Third totally
free checking delivers no fees and access from Fifth Third ATMs, banking centers, and 53.com, your 24/7 online banking resource. So put on a happy face, working hard to be the only bank you'll ever need.
The human machine only performs at its peak when it replaces what it loses. That's why Gatorade puts back the sodium, potassium, and carbs water does not have. These essential elements are the reason Gatorade has been proven to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel athletes better than water.
A Focus and a Dell, a Focus and a Dell. Get the car and you'll go far with a Focus and a Dell. The Dell PC is free. The Dell PC is free. The printer's fat. The monitor's flat. The Dell PC is free.
Get into any 2005 Ford Focus with 0% financing or $2,000 cash back and get a Dell computer with a flat panel monitor and printer, all free.
A Focus and a Dell.
Back at Soldier Field, Dave Barnett and Mike Ditka. 2-minute warning, second quarter. The Bears leading 10-3. And our Chevrolet first half summary. Bears again score on the opening drive as they did at St. Louis last week. 10 points off of the 3 San Francisco turnovers. Rex Grossman is 9 of 17 for 53 yards.
But misleading. I think that he handled the offense very well. A couple of them were overthrows on the deep ball, which I like him taking a shot at that. I like the play calling. You got to keep those guys in the secondary on it. And I think he made some good decisions with the football back there.
3rd and 5 for the Niners. Front line of Israel Idonije, Tommy Harris, Tank Johnson, Joe Tafoya. And out of the gun, Dorsey complete with a flag down way on the other side of the field. Eric Johnson, the tight end, makes the catch around the 40.
And Eric Johnson ran a great route. Won a great route. I think they're going to call illegal hands on 21, McWhorter.
Referee Bill Vinovich.
Illegal hands in the face. Defense number 21. The penalty is declined. Result of the play is a first down.
Right again, Coach. Let's look at the turnovers tonight.
Well, there's the first one. Great anticipation by Brown. Of course, the fumble, which was caused by Bobby Gray's hit. And then it's just a great job. Actually, Merritt forces it to happen, and it's just a great effort to get downfield, and 49ers bump into their own man.
Brown with a pick and a fumble recovery. 1st and 10 Niners over the middle. Again, it's Eric Johnson. And to the 33-yard line, a gain of 7. They have all 3 timeouts. And they want to keep the clock rolling. Get some 2-minute offense work in. 3 wideouts and Jamal Robertson in the backfield. They swing him over the middle, and he's tripped up in the open field by Mike Green. If that doesn't happen, Mike, that's a big gainer.
That's a touchdown, I think. I mean, if Green doesn't bring him down there, that might go all the way. Now they're going to measure for a first down.
7 times final 2 minutes, as you saw.
30 seconds.
And this will be the first timeout call with 1:20 to go in the first half. Well, you're right, Mike. If he doesn't trip,
there's nobody there.
Briggs gets there, but it might have been too late by that time. What we have coming up on our Toyota halftime report, an NBC5 News update, a Charles Tillman feature, and analysis of our first half. 10-3, Chicago over San Francisco. They will meet mid-season. And if tonight is any indication, the Bears will be well schooled in all the different blitzes that they're likely to see then.
They'll have a good film to look at, that's for sure.
On 3rd down and 1. On the power formation. Robertson breaking through off the first hit. It's first down at the 26-yard line.
And they had a shot at him in the backfield, but Briggs lost it.
They're going to save a timeout, keep the clock rolling down to 1 minute. And back to the 3 wide look. Dorsey deep middle for the tight end again. Eric Johnson making the grab at the 7-yard line. First down and goal, San Francisco.
What's happening?
6 seconds.
Dave, what's happening? You know, you're giving him a free release. You've got to put somebody on him and chuck him. You can't give him a free release.
Second goal at the 7.
So the spike at 41 seconds in the half to bring up a second down and goal at the 7. Eric Johnson, the key to this drive by the Niners, a 7th-round draft pick 3 years ago out of Yale. Not very many NFL tight ends come out of the Bulldog program.
For good reason.
Not anymore. 50, 60 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, well, he's a good one. I tell you, this kid has good speed, good hands. You know, he's an adequate blocker. Very athletic.
41 seconds. Dorsey with time. Over the middle, Robertson. To the 5, and that's it. And 3rd and goal from there. 33 seconds, and the clock will stop.
I think he had Johnson again if he wanted him. He ran a great route.
Second team
pressured
timeout.
Inside and turned out. Did a great job.
30-second timeout.
Next to last timeout called here by the Niners. So what would you look for here for the Bear defense?
Well, they're going to throw the football, I'm pretty sure. I don't think they'll run a draw. I think they'll throw the football, and I think they're going to do the same thing they're doing. They're going to drag it back out underneath and hook some people up, and it's going to be pressure off these man-to-man coverages. So either you're going to be able to get in there or you're not. You'd like to see the defensive line create some pressure here and push that line back into the quarterback, because he's only going to take a 3-step drop.
Glenn Dorsey throwing it around quite a bit here in this first half. 14 of 23, 125 yards. 33 seconds, 3rd and goal from the 5. 5 wides, fade, corner of the end zone, and touchdown is the call. Brandon Lloyd hangs on with contact from Charles Tillman.
Well, this is a pretty generous call. I don't know how his feet could have came down inbound, but maybe he said he was pushed by Tillman. I don't know. But if he came down with this ball inbound, that's a pretty good play.
Wow.
No. Pretty good job. That is a very good job. That is great concentration by that young man.
Dare we say it? That's Jerry Rice-like right there.
That's very impressive.
4th rounder last year out of Illinois.
I don't know. The knee hit the line, but it's questionable.
And it's apparently questionable enough for the review to be called from upstairs, since we're inside the last 2 minutes of the half.
Well, I don't think he has full position when his knee hits the ground and it hits the chop.
Catch was a touchdown.
The ball is not under. No. See? Now, I don't think he had control when that knee hit the chalk, so I don't know what that means. Now, this one, you can't really see where the ball is. But you see where the knee is. It's on the chalk. So you know, it's up to the call. You know, they called it good, so it's up to the replay official.
Well, the coverage isn't bad either, but just a fantastic bit of concentration by Lloyd.
Great job. I mean, the throw was good, coverage was good, and then the catch was better.
So again, this rule changed a couple of years back. Last 2 minutes of the half from upstairs is where the decision to replay or not to replay comes.
Dave, that's where I wish they all were. I don't think you ought to put the burden responsibility on the coaches, get rid of the flags. And listen, nobody wants to disturb the rhythm of a game. But one play can cost a football team the playoffs, the Super Bowl, the coach a job. You know, it can cost a lot of things. Go ahead. Now, look, this is where you see it. He does not have possession of the football. when the knee.
Play on the field. Ruling on the field stands. Touchdown.
Play stands as called.
Why?
Touchdown.
Why? There was not enough evidence there to dispute it.
So again, if it is not clearly incorrect as called on the field, they leave it. And touchdown, San Francisco. Todd Peterson can tie it up with 30 seconds to go. Andy Lee is the holder. And it's a 10-10 game. By the way, if you're a fan or a non-fan of the NFL variety of replays, wait till you'll see what the Big Ten is going to roll out this year.
Yeah.
Experimentally. They are going to go and become the first collegiate conference to experiment with TV replays. It'll be a very different system than the one we've seen in the NFL, but they're going to give it a try this year.
Well, I'm not sure from what I understand of that system that it'll work, but, you know, like you said, you got to give it a try.
So with 30 seconds to go in the first half, a Cadillac scoring drive as the Niners tie it at 10-10. 10 plays and 52 yards, and the terrific catch by Brandon Lloyd from 5 yards is upheld. Dorsey on that drive was almost perfect. 8 for 9 for 48 yards.
That's very Montana-like.
Yep.
And exactly that's what you see. 8 catches, 48 yards, 6 yards average. You know what do you mean? That's pretty good.
So Todd Peterson to kick it. Bernard Berry in his backbeat for the Bears. Pick it up, and it's Berry who comes all the way up to the 25 before he reverses field. And is knocked out after a big reverse by Matt Stanley. And with 25 seconds to go, one last possession for the Bears before halftime. I would think overall, Lovie Smith will first of all like the fact that there are way fewer penalties. Much better execution offensively.
It's a much better played football game by both teams than we saw last week. There's no question about that. I think he's going to be impressed with a lot of things he's seen. You know, he don't like to give up a touchdown in the last minute of the first half, but you know, that'll happen.
Quinn, a quick toss caught by Justin Gage, 5 yards. And Mark Janowski will have a chat with Lovie Smith when the first half ends. Just in case they break a long one here, the Bears have all 3 of their timeouts. 5 on the catch by Gage. Wade comes to the near side, wide left. Quinn in the gun. Juggled the snap, gets it complete to Peterson over the middle, and he's going to be close for the first down with 15 seconds. Hit by Salim Rashid, the former Alabama star linebacker. Playing with a right hip strain. And with 5 seconds to go, Quinn batted down, and that will end the first half. So Chicago leads early 3-0. They get it tied 3-3. 10-3 Chicago on the touchdown run by Peterson. But San Francisco answers on the circus catch 5 yards out by Brandon Lloyd, the former Illini wideout. And so halfway done in this home preseason opener, first preseason game ever at the new Soldier Field. It's San Francisco 10, Chicago 10. Both quarterbacks impressive. Dorsey particularly on that scoring drive again. 8 out of 9, and for the half 15 of 24 for 129 yards. Rex Grossman not as much action through the air. 8 out of 16 for 44 yards. But he had some Thomas Jones help on the ground. He had some Adrian Peterson help back on the Bears touchdown drive. It was all Adrian Peterson, 2 carries for the 18 yards. And Mark will try and catch up with Lovie Smith a bit later. So we're at the half again. 49ers 10, the Bears 10.
This summer, the Fast Lane is under new ownership. Catch the most thrilling performance of the season, Pontiac Summer Drive. Now get a total allowance of $2,000 to $6,000 on most new 2004 Pontiac models when you finance through your dealer and GMAC. The performance of the year, the ride of a lifetime. Now playing at Pontiac dealers everywhere.
Ladies, your cars are all set.
Boy, that was quick.
At Jiffy Lube, no two customers are exactly alike. And neither are their cars. So no matter what kind of car you drive, Jiffy Lube knows exactly what it needs. Nobody knows your car's specific needs, and nobody knows oil changes better than Jiffy Lube. Because cars are different, just like people. Jiffy Lube, the well-oiled machine.
You know what I want? My checking account to be really and truly free.
Really, 100% free.
Free.
I want checking that has the goods.
Maximum strength checking from Bank One.
When I walk out the door, I want to trip over ATM.
Make that free ATM. Free. I don't want to go hike around in these boots looking for a free ATM.
Can you do that for me?
I just want to be happy. You should just say, I want the maximum. I want the maximum too.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs.
Yeah, I like that.
Maximum strength checking. Only from Bank One.
This is the Toyota Halftime Report, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Toyota dealers. This is an NBC5 News Update.
Hi, everyone. I'm Darren Kramer.
And I'm Zoraida Samble, and this is an NBC5 News Bears halftime report on WCIU.
Well, Bears wide receiver Marty Booker was not in uniform for the first half of tonight's game because he could soon be joining the Miami Dolphins. In a trade that is not yet official, the Bears would send Marty Booker and a 2005 third-round draft pick for Dolphins defensive end Adewale Agunlea, who led the AFC in sacks last year with 15. More on this possible trade tonight on our news at 11 p.m., which follows NBC's Olympic coverage.
And police are searching for a gunman who shot and killed a 15-year-old girl at an outdoor party. It happened overnight in the 200 block of South Campbell Avenue in the Westtown neighborhood. Police say a 15-year-old boy fired a gun into the crowd, striking the girl. The shooter then fled the scene.
A husband and wife are in jail tonight, charged in the hit-and-run death of a Joliet police officer. 27-year-old Jonathan Walsh was killed last night when his squad car was broadsided by an SUV. Happened on Route 6 east of Biggs. The SUV driver took off. Police later arrested Juan Cervantes, whose license had been revoked.
It was also reported to us that Juan Cervantes had a cell phone conversation with his son, who pleaded that he turn himself into police officials, but he chose to run and hide.
He meant a lot to me. He was my best friend and my family.
Cervantes' wife, Julia, was also charged. She is accused of falsifying a police report.
Well, we're going to head over to Tammy Souza, our meteorologist, for a quick check on our gorgeous weather.
Well, it's continuing into the evening, so there you go. It's a very nice evening out there. Temperatures generally in the mid to lower 60s. Right now, Soldier Field, 63 degrees, so a very comfortable evening there. And we're under clear skies. Satellite and radar shows no cloud cover across the Chicago area, and it's going to stay that way tonight. So clear skies tonight. 52 inland, warmer than that along the lakefront. And by tomorrow, August finally returns. 83 for a high, mostly sunny. Breezy, though, with winds out of the south and southwest, 10 to 20 miles an hour. And then it looks like 80s for the entire week ahead, with a chance of a scattered shower late Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. That's a look at weather. Back to you, Zoraida.
Thank you, Tammy. Well, day one of the Chicago Air and Water Show proves to be a lakefront thriller. And more than 1 million spectators packed Chicago's lakefront to watch some breathtaking performances. The U.S. Navy Blue Angels once again headlining the event with precision flying in formation.
And over on NBC5, we are continuing our Olympic coverage tonight. More swimming, track and field, and more. Also, new details of the controversy brewing over the U.S.'s gold medals.
Well, that is the latest from the NBC5 newsroom. Be sure and join us for a full newscast at 11 o'clock on NBC5.
Enjoy the second half, everybody. We'll see you at 11 tonight.
It's Toyota time, the nationwide clearance event, the year's biggest event. You've got to act now. Get great savings now on fuel-efficient cars, like 1.9% financing for 36 months on the 05 Corolla that's just arrived. Or go for 1.9 financing for 36 months on the incredible 05 Matrix. Toyota time. Selection, value, clearance, now.
Bud Light says choose on taste. Well, the American people have chosen. In a nationwide taste test, a majority of Bud Light drinkers has declared that Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light. And it's still got half the carbs. We are saying it on TV, so it must be true. Taste the beer and taste the dream. Vote Miller. Good call.
This is the Toyota Halftime Report, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Toyota dealers.
Welcome back to Soldier Field, where the Bears and 49ers are tied 10-10 at halftime. Adrian Peterson scoring the Bears touchdown. They also forced 3 turnovers, a good sign for the Bears defense and special teams. One of the highlights of last season was the play of rookie defensive back Charles Tillman, affectionately known to fans and the media as Peanut. Charles had 4 interceptions last season. He also made a lot of fans with his outgoing personality. And if you think Charles is going to lose any of his enthusiasm in his second NFL season, well, just take a look at this.
Back through the door, it's that boy Peanut. I come down, I'm so through. I'm going, man, hold up.
I'm still the same person I was last year. I still do the same crazy, silly things. That's my DJ. That's my DJ. Ah. My lead role is just to keep everybody loose. Let's go, backers. Let's go, backers. Let's go, JoJo. I want to hit him out of bounds. Yeah, 3-7. 3-7. Yeah, 3-7. Welcome to the NFL. I see a formation. I got a tight receiver. I'm talking to my safeties, I'm talking to my linebackers, and I'm talking to the other corner across the way. Coach Bedford he harps on communication. Alert the mo, alert the mo. Motion, motion, motion. 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. Stripping ass motherfucker. I love you too, Thomas. I see Paul Tagliabue, Gene Washington, and Art Shell.
And you the man right there.
Goodwill goes a long way with both of these guys.
You own everything, though, huh? This the commissioner. That's right. Let me get on your side. Let me take my pictures. Here you go.
Commissioner, this my good friend, so I can't get no fines, none of that other stuff. I got Art Shell right here. You know, we all on the good side. I want to shake your hand, Mr. Washington, in case I get fined, because he do all the fining. And I'm finna shake your hand at the same time, so I don't get no... He can't find me. I'm covered. I'm cool. I'm pretty excited about the...
Referee mic check.
People think that I am a Pro Bowl player. I mean, the only thing I can do is just try to live up to those expectations. I don't think we're where we want to be yet. I mean, it's still a long season to go, and we have time to get there. And I think once the season starts, I'm more sure that we will be there where we need to be.
Them call me, I'm the girls, them sugar, that's all. Welcome the king of the dance hall. One bed, one floor against.
We know Charles is a very talented guy, and we should point out he did a lot of his own camera work in bringing that piece to us. The Bears and 49ers are tied 10-10 at halftime. Dave and Mike will be back with more live from Soldier Field after this.
Where you go in life is up to you. There's one airline that can take you there. United. It's time to fly.
A Focus and a Dell, a Focus and a Dell. Get the car and you'll go far with a Focus and a Dell. The Dell PC is free. The Dell PC is free. The printer's fat. The monitor's flat. The Dell PC is free.
Get into any 2005 Ford Focus with 0% financing or $2,000 cash back and get a Dell computer with a flat panel monitor and printer, all free.
A Focus and a Dell!
This is the Toyota Halftime Report, brought to you by your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Toyota dealers.
Well, but all you can ask of a preseason game is that it is well played, and this one has been fairly well played, and it is close, and this is definitely close. 10-10 game. As we come back and get set for the second half, Dave Barnett and Mike Ditka. The story for San Francisco, Mike, they moved the ball, but they stopped themselves 3 times.
Well, the 3 turnovers, that makes 5 turnovers. The Bears have got 2 preseason games, and that is really impressive because it really dictates what Coach Smith's defense wants to do. Lovey's defense wants to get after you, make you turn the ball over, make mistakes, make the field shorter for your offense, and try to create some points. Now, they only got 10 points out of it. That wasn't that encouraging, but I think they did the right things with their offense, too. They moved the ball down the field. They did a lot of good things.
Costliest turnover for the Niners led to a 2-play Adrian Peterson touchdown drive.
Well, watch what happens. The guard's going to pull here. This guy's going to come here, then come back. He counter steps. They angle block here. All it is, it's the old counter. Joe Gibbs made this play famous. Believe me, the Washington Redskins, this is the same play. And when they get down to the goal line, it's just the same variation. And watch what happens. He'll counter step. He'll come back this way. The guard will pull around. And they're going to, what they do is block down here and block down here. Now watch the block of the tight end here. Watch what Lyman does. He stays with the guy, and that enables Peterson to get into the end zone. It's really a well-blocked play, but it's a great call, too.
And the Bears back ready to accept the second half kickoff. As San Francisco has Nate Fisk out. Bernard Berrien will take it on the run at the 10. By San Francisco.
Really good kick coverage. Really good.
Let's look at our 4 first-half stats. And Chicago had the better of it on the ground the entire half. But look at the advantage, 2-to-1 advantage through the air for San Francisco and a 50-yard total yardage advantage. The 3 turnovers, the reason it's a 10-10 game. Only 5 penalties. That's a huge improvement for Chicago. Now, still where they want it, but nowhere near where it was last week. And this
5-yard
indication on the opening kick of the second half against San Francisco.
Well, they had 2 offensive penalties, which is a big difference from last week. And the big thing is no sacks allowed. And you know, that's pretty good in 21 pass plays tonight. And that's impressive because I wasn't so sure how that offensive left tackle would handle himself. And Mitchell has stood up to the task pretty well.
This kick will come from the 25, and so Berrien will walk up around the 10 waiting for this one. Rex Tucker out 8 to 10 weeks for the Bears, dislocated elbow. So left guard, another hole that Lovie Smith has had to deal with. Mike Gandy turns Metcalf. Steve Edwards getting a lot of preseason playing time up front. This will be from the 10 for Berrien.
That's good coverage. These guys are getting down there. That's good coverage.
The Bears start from the 30. On the re-kick, they net 10 extra yards. Jonathan Quinn, who ended the first half at quarterback, will begin the second half there. In the backfield with him, Jason McKee, third-year man out of Temple. Adrian Peterson as well. And after the fake to Peterson, Quinn rolls and finds Gabe Reed. The tight end ball is loose. Niners are right there on the 37.
Nope. The ground cannot cause a fumble.
The runner is ruled down by contact.
Right there at the 37. It'll be second down.
I think Gabe's got a sore leg. This is a pretty good tackle. He gets him right down around the ankles. And I don't believe the ball came out till he hit the ground. But watch what happens. Watch where he hits him. right down low, right. Oh, yeah, that's going to hurt. Now, oh, came out pretty quick.
But did the ground cause it? Look like it. Those 3 angles look like all 3 were correct. Second down and 3. Peterson bounces off the hole across midfield. Adrian Peterson of the 45 of the Niners.
That's pretty impressive right there. You can see why he generated over 6,000 yards in college.
Tell you what, Thomas Jones showed a lot again tonight while he was in there, but Peterson has taken it where Jones left off.
And you know, regardless of who the Bears, the 49ers have on defense, the Bears offensive linemen are giving some room to run and getting him up to the line of scrimmage and through the hole before he can get hit.
Jones with 6 carries, 32 yards, 5.3. Peterson is 6 yards per carry. A flag is down. Quinn's going to keep and slide inside the 40. Marker clear across the field. There's a flag in the play. If it should stand, it's a gain of 6. Salim Rashid is the injured 49er linebacker.
The injured 49er player is Salim Rashid.
Illegal motion.
An illegal motion to call against Chicago.
Moving forward to the snap.
That's going to happen when you get a new quarterback in there. You get a little different play calling, a little different the way he handles a cadence. And sometimes you're going to get guys moving. That's all it's going to be.
Salim Rashid, 3rd-round pick a couple of years back out of Alabama, already playing with a right hip strain and down again. They check on him. Timeout.
You can elect to go left. You can elect to go right. Or you can be an independent. Summer Jam. Join the party now at your Cadillac dealer. Cadillac. Breakthrough. Visit your Chicagoland area Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer. Residency restrictions apply.
The Chicago Bears practice here at Hallis Hall every day. But this organization is about more than just playing football. It's about giving back to the community. Whether visiting a hospital or school, hosting a coat drive, or conducting a youth football clinic, we recognize our responsibility to help others. Through Bears Care and Bears Outreach programs, we've been tackling the needs of Chicago for 84 years and remain dedicated to the people that comprise this great city.
The last of the 04s have arrived. It's Chevy's model year-end event. Now get big cash back or low APR financing for qualified buyers on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Salim Rashid was down for quite a while, but he got up, walked off, and appeared to be okay. 3rd-year man goes back 3 full regimes at Alabama. Played there for Mike Dubose, and then finished up for Dennis Franchione before he left it for Mike Shula. That's how far back Rashid goes into the Alabama program. So a 1st down, and here's the end around they've set up all night. Jamin Elliott.
Matter of time.
Ball comes loose, but he's already out of bounds at the 40. Gain of 11.
Just a matter of time. They're going to run. And this is a good play because it was set up on 2 other plays earlier in the game. And just, hey, you got to stay at home. Defensive end does not stay at home. He gets in trouble.
One of the fun things about football is to watch something like that get set up over and over and over and then guess when they're finally going to go to it. A catch at the 25-yard line. And a 1st down for Justin Gage. Bank One, home of Maximum Strength Checking, salutes Maximum Strength Football. Bank One, the most branches and ATMs in Chicago. Member FDIC. Justin Gage, who's had a good camp until he tweaked his hamstring a week or so ago. 1st down at the 26 of San Francisco. This opening drive of the 3rd quarter. Peterson and McKee remain the backfield in the offset I. Behind Jonathan Quinn. And the end around is going to turn into a pass. Gage had that in mind. He has to keep instead and fight his way back maybe to the line of scrimmage.
That was out of that was a good one right there. That had a chance. He's going to let Gage throw the ball, and it was well covered. He did a good job. The 49ers were not fooled.
Darrell Jones, they hoped, would be the beneficiary of fooling everybody, but didn't fool the secondary of the Niners.
They want it because it's something that they'll have to prepare for. They'll have to prepare for the play. And when they look at this formation, what they'll do is they'll have to prepare for it.
With 4 wides, quick hitter for Peterson.
Oh, he's kicking run.
Well, he doesn't need much of a hole either. He just slides right through any kind of sliver that's there inside the 20. That's the other thing that's fun even in preseason is to watch the calls that you know are only there because you want to waste as much time as you can by the opposition coaching staff having to get ready for it, even though they may never see it.
Absolutely. That's what we're trying to say. You show a play like that exactly for that reason. They're going to have to show it to, and when they say this formation, now what the Bears will do when they get that, they'll do something different. It certainly won't be that play.
What will this play be on a 3rd and 3 with 2 tight ends? Time for Quinn. Goes to the end zone. Open. Out of bounds for Reed. Could not make the catch and stay in the end zone. Well, 1 foot only. Good call.
Would have been good in college.
If only. Dave Reed was still at BYU. That's 6. Instead, it's Remy Hamilton. Try a 38-yard field goal. Without much of an angle. And this one is no good. Didn't get much leg behind it. And pushed it to the right, so the Bears get nothing out of the first possession of quarter number 3.
I want to throw away those envelopes and pay my bills online with a click, free and guaranteed. Click, click, click. And I want branches and ATMs everywhere I look. Everywhere.
Maximum strength checking from Bank One.
Make that free ATMs. Free. And I want emails about my account. Right, just the important stuff. You should just say, I want the maximum. I want the maximum too. Honey, my maximum has more than your maximum. My maximum makes your maximum look a minimum.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs. Maximum strength checking. Only from Bank One.
Budweiser says choose on taste. Well, the American people have chosen. In a nationwide taste test, a majority of Budweiser drinkers has declared that Miller Genuine Draft has more flavor than Budweiser. And it's cold filtered 4 times for smoothness. We are saying it on TV, so it must be true. Taste the beer and taste the dream. Vote Miller. Good call.
This summer, the Fast Lane is under new ownership. Catch the most thrilling performance of the season, Pontiac Summer Drive. Now, lease a 2004 Grand M SE solid value for around $139 a month after GMAC bonus. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. The performance of the year, the ride of a lifetime. Now playing at your Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana Pontiac dealer.
Bears preseason football is sponsored by Comcast. Get more Chicago sports with Comcast Digital Cable. And brought to you by your Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana Toyota dealer. United. As Chicago's hometown airline, United is proud to be flying the Chicago Bears for over 35 years. United, it's time to fly. Office Max, what's your thing? And by Ford. Visit your local Ford store.
2 teams whose preseason opener both went down to the last play. San Francisco lost 33-30 on a Sebastian Janikowski 40-yard field goal at the gun. There is one on the Paul Edinger overtime field goal at St. Louis. New quarterback Brandon Doman, 2nd year out of BYU, former first-team All-Mountain West quarterback. Keeps it on the ground. Jamal Robertson picks up 7.
Well, you got a lot of backup people in here right now. Dave, these people really got to show why they should be looked at in the next 2 games, or else they're going to be gone. And you can't give up that much yardage on just a straight dive play.
Brandon Doman getting a chance with the Niners after Buffalo and Washington last year as a backup, 5th-round pick originally. And after this, we'll hear from Hunter Hillenmeyer, wired for sound tonight on the toss. Aaron Walker, the tight end, but a marker down back near the line of scrimmage.
I think it might be holding.
There is a flag in the play.
You have yet to be wrong.
Holding. Offense number 69.
And your record remains perfect. Now, Hunter Hillenmeyer, the Bears middle linebacker, wired up, sounds of the game.
Flat, but I had to go all the way over here, and by the time he waggled, yeah. Good job, Mike Haynes. Good job, Mike Haynes. Good Lord. Coach Babich, it went out, that draw went outside me. There you go, offense. 3rd down, D, let's go, baby. Come on.
He's all worked up.
Doesn't sound like a preseason game to Hunter, does it? 2nd and 13. And will execute a draw to the 35-yard line. Gain of about 7. Hillenmeyer right there. Robertson getting a good long look. Kevin Barlow started most of the first quarter, and ever since then it has been Robertson with 1 or 2 plays that went Terry Jackson's way.
But I tell you what, Robertson has another gear, and he looks good.
Out of Ohio Northern, 3rd and 2. Bowman to the air. And the catch for the first down, Arnez Battle, the former Notre Dame quarterback, 6th-round pick last year.
Well, he's just a good athlete. I mean, he's going to end up being a pretty darn good receiver. He was a darn good athlete at Notre Dame and a pretty fair quarterback, you know, ran a lot of option plays. So he's going to be able to run with the ball once he catches it. There's no question about that.
Big part of that turnaround a couple of years ago by Tyrone Willingham.
Right. And he's a big kid. He's 217 pounds.
First down Niners. Robertson hemmed in. Big loss, flag down. Hank Johnson, and the initial hit also there by Leon Joe, the 4th-round pick out of Maryland.
Watch the play that Joe makes here. You talk about, you know, exactly what you're supposed to do as a linebacker. Stood up the blocker and made the tackle.
Offense number 65. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
And he made Justin Smiley.
Watch what he does. Watch him. Number 5. Watch him. Bam. Stands up the block. Watch this. And then he bounces off and makes the play. Big time lead. I tell you what. The coaching staff is going to love that. Believe me. You know, not only he showed he had strength, but he had agility to move away from the block and make the play.
Made a habit of that his entire career for the Terps. Big play man from the get-go. 1st and 20. 8-minute mark of the 3rd. Doman steps up. He's going to be sacked.
Joe. No. Who is that?
That time, bringing down Doman, Steve Edwards. And a loss back to the 29-yard line. First sack of the game. Beg your pardon, that's Quinn Dorsey, also 79.
Steve Edwards is on outfits. We could have been pretty confused there.
Well, 79.
Yeah.
Defense, Quinn Dorsey.
Absolutely.
2nd and 24. Dorsey, a rookie free agent out of Oregon. Picked up.
Almost had him again.
A great stretching catch at the 45-yard line by P.J. Fleck, good for 17 yards. That is as good as any catch we've seen, except for the one they gave Lloyd for the touchdown.
Yep, that's big time right there. Big time. Just found the hole in the zone. Great throw, put it in the right spot, and a great concentration, and he held on to it.
3rd and 7 from the 47. In a 10-10 game. High snap, Dolman gets a good hop and tosses it into the 3rd row. A souvenir. And here come the flags.
It's the right call. There was no receiver in the area. Now, they may say there was. There was no receiver in the area. He was throwing the ball away to avoid the sack.
Intentional grounding. Offense, number 11. Spot foul. Loss of down. He was out of the pocket.
Loss of down. Just a disaster all the way around for the Niners.
4th down.
Dwayne Ledford with the high snap. And which fan got this souvenir? Ah, the lucky first row young lady comes away with it. So Andy Lee on to kick it away. Berrien is at the 35-yard line. Good strong stand by the Bear defense.
Let's see some semblance of return here. The 49ers have done a great job of covering.
Berrien across midfield and knocked out of the 43. So the Bears will have some of their best field position of the night.
And that's something they've had all night, really good field position.
One goes only 31 yards. Berrien's return goes 7, and we have 6:26 to go in the 3rd quarter. Niners 10, the Bears 10.
Focus and a Dell, a Focus and a Dell. Get the car and you'll go far with a Focus and a Dell. The Dell PC is free. The Dell PC is free. The printer's fat. The monitor's flat. The Dell PC is free.
Get into any 2005 Ford Focus with 0% financing or $2,000 cash back and get a Dell computer with a flat panel monitor and printer, all free.
A Focus and a Dell.
I would have gone vanilla with that sweater.
Ice cream, $3.
I think I would have parked a little closer.
Gas, $22.
Whoa. I think...
Haircut, $30.
What? I would have looked out for the water main. But that's just me.
Monday morning quarterbacks, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
I would have double bagged it.
Weeknights on WCIU. It's good to be the king. It's doubly good.
Double.
Watch 2
times 2.
2 King of Queens at 9 and 10.
2 episodes.
Hang with a new and different group of friends.
Your friends are here.
It's good to watch the king of Queens.
Always a crowd pleaser.
Weeknights at 9 and 10 on WCIU Channel 26, The U.
10-10 game, 6:26 to go. 3rd quarter at Soldier Field. Dave Barnett and Mike Ditka. Chicago ball at the 44-yard line of San Francisco with Jonathan Quinn again at quarterback.
You love this field position. This is pretty special. The 49ers 44-yard line.
Jason McKee in the backfield. As for the 3rd straight time they take it over in Niner territory, Brock Forsey is turned back and will lose a yard on the tackle by Richard Siegler. Our Miller Lite trivia question: which Bears player was originally drafted by the San Francisco 49ers? Alfonso Boone, R.W. McQuarters, Brad Maynard, or Desmond Clark? Answer shortly. 2nd and 11. Berrien in motion behind Quinn. And the deep out is too deep. Overthrown, intended for Elliott. We have a trade to announce. The Bears have made a deal involving veteran wide receiver Marty Booker. He has gone to the Miami Dolphins for defensive end Adewale Ogunleye out of Indiana University, who has agreed to terms through 2005. So again, the Bears trade Marty Booker to Miami for Adewale Ogunleye, an all Big Ten academic and athletic performer at Indiana. Now a Fisher. Quinn from the gun. Berry in the catch. Hit immediately, but he's inbounds, and he's got the first down at the 30.
I mean, this is a great job by Quinn, but this was great line blocking up front. And I do believe it was Steve Edwards who did an outstanding job, number 79. But then watch the protection here. There he is. Watch. Watch him. Comes back. 78, actually Gibson. Aaron Gibson did a good job, too. Both of them. That was a very outstanding block play.
1st and 10. Forsey on the toss sweep to the near side. And he's driven out around the 24-yard line. So the Bears give up a Pro Bowl receiver in his 6th year in Booker. But here's what they get in the way of a pass rusher and Ogunleye from Miami. So, Mike, what's your reaction to that deal?
Well, I think you could see talking to Lovey today that he really feels these young receivers are going to be able to get the job done. And he needs to get this defense where he had in St. Louis. And the only way he's going to do that with speed and like this kid will bring him.
2nd and 5. Nice catch by McKee. Hangs on, fights his way to the 10-yard line. That was concentration, and then it was a lot of want-to by Jason McKee.
You know, it's amazing. This is probably a simple play action fake. The fullback pretends like he's going to block the linebacker, slips past him, and I don't know how it can be open every time, but it's been open every time tonight.
Goal to go. Slipped away from Salim Rashid, who was injured a moment ago. Comes back in. Can't hang on to McKee. It's a 1st down from the 10. And a timeout.
4 seconds left. They had to call timeout.
4:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. A game that really does not feel at all like a preseason game.
All American brewed beers are fresh. What really matters is taste. Let's see what happens when beer drinkers compare the taste of Bud Light and Miller Lite.
What kind of beer do you drink?
Bud Light.
Do you want to do a taste challenge?
I would love to do a taste challenge.
Tell me if you see a difference in the color.
The beer on the right has more color.
Tell me which one has more taste.
I'm saying the beer on the right has more taste.
You picked Miller Lite.
Oh, what can I say? It was good.
You didn't pick Bud Light.
My choice in the taste challenge is Miller Lite. Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
Hand me down the walking cane. Hand me down my hat. Hey, y'all, prepare yourself for the rubber band. Man, you're bound to lose control when the rubber band starts to jam. How much of this stuff do we think we can stand? So much rhythm, grace, and debonair for one man? No. Rubber band man, get down, brother.
It's Toyota time, the nationwide clearance event. The year's biggest event. You've got to act now. Hurry and get the most fuel-efficient SUVs in their class, like Highlander. Now with 0% financing for 36 months or $750 customer cash. Or go for the sporty RAV4, also with 0% financing for 36 months. Toyota time. Selection, value, clearance, now.
Well, we're 10-10, 4:19 to go in the 3rd quarter. These fans are not yet aware of what we just made you aware of, and that is the trade of Marty Booker, who's been the Bears' top receiver the last 3 years, for Ogunleye from Miami. They get a big-time sack artist.
Who led the AFC in sacks last year, made the Pro Bowl. This is somebody that's going to give them the defense that Lovie Smith won. And you win with defense. We proved that a lot of years in Chicago in the past. Defense will get you over the hump. He's got a lot of young receivers who can get the job done.
1st and goal from the 10. Forsey with a leap gets about 4 yards out of it. Ogunleye, 4th year out of Indiana, 15 sacks, led the AFC last year. He had 5 games with 2 or more sacks and made the Pro Bowl for the Dolphins.
That's pretty impressive stuff right there. And Marty Booker's a good football player, but I think that you have to give to get. And when you have a football team and you're building with the defense like Lovey is, and I think you make a good move.
There's contingent on both passing physicals. Swing pass, Forsey made the first 2 miss and gets down near the 2.
Boy, that is good. Now, and we saw every one of the Bears' backs tonight. Jones, then we saw Peterson, now Forsey. They're showing some good running. They're showing some good running. We haven't foreseen the A train, but he's got an abdominal pull.
The Bears at 3rd and goal.
Stop and start by the former WAC Offensive Player of the Year at Boise State, so it's 3rd and goal. From the 3, Forsey. Did he get in? Yes! Touchdown, Bears!
Yes, he got in. Again, now you got to like this. It's setting a little bit of mess. I don't care if these are the 49ers backup or the Bear backups, too. And they showed them they could punch him off the ball down at the goal line. Great job by McKee. Great job blocking by McKee. The fullback taking on the outside guy, turning him out. Good job by Gibson inside, too. They caved it down pretty good.
You want a guy to act like he's been there. Brock Forsey's been there 32 times as a senior. He led the nation in scoring. Remy Hamilton for the extra point. 3 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. And the Bears take a 17-10 lead. Forsey got it down there with a swing pass, and he finishes the job from 3 yards out.
Keep wood decks, fences, and siding looking new with blood-penetrating oil finish from Menards. It goes deep into wood fibers to block moisture and harmful UV rays. On sale, just $13.89 a gallon. Create an attractive patio, walk, or driveway with Holland concrete pavers. On sale in your choice of 5 colors, only 29 cents each. Menards paves your way to savings.
Save big money at Menards.
It's a school day imperfect. Here, students arrive in a timely fashion. There are always enough supplies to complete your class project. And even the teachers have a hard time coming in from recess.
Walgreens is proud to support the Bears in promoting organ donor awareness in Illinois. Visit ChicagoBears.com to learn more about the Youth for Life program.
That's life. This is Walgreens.
There's a party you don't want to miss. And WCIU is where it is. Yeah, that's the ticket. It's fun, it's real, and it's all about you. It's here on 26th of you.
Let's get this party started.
Real life, real justice, real people you know. It's here on 26th of you. You've got it, oh yeah. WCIU, you've got it. You've got it.
Bears break a 10-10 tie. We were tied at 3. We were tied at 10. And it's 17-10. And again, Marty Booker for Adewale Ogunleye, who last year with those 15 sacks, Mike, had 3 more sacks than the entire Bear defensive line together. They combined for 12.
But Dave, look at this. Half sack, 9.5, 15. If he keeps improving like that, the Bears have made a heck of a move. This kid is maturing into what we call a real pass rusher, a la like a Richard Dent. And these guys who can do that, come off that end like that, they can be very, very effective.
Derrick Hamilton on the return. Knocked out by Ahmad Merritt at the 25-yard line. I know that when he was at Indiana, Cam Cameron did not have a player he liked or respected more than Adewale Ogunleye. On the field, off the field, just absolutely top-notch. And the Bears have him. Again, a trade just announced. This scoring drive, 8 plays, 44 yards. Finished off by Forsey. That's a Cadillac scoring drive. A little under 3.5 minutes. So the Bears are getting a top-notch person as well as defensive lineman.
Well, that's it. I think, you know, you're talking about character. This kid is a kid of high character, and he's a very impressive athlete, a great defensive end. But yet, you know, he's a good guy, and I think I think that's all part of this, too. I think you got to really take that into consideration. Let's talk a little bit about the Bears offense. You talk about playing on a short field tonight. They've started on the San Francisco 48, 18, and 44. Watch this.
One more look at Adewale in action, pulling down Byron Leftwich.
Pretty good job.
He had some injury problems he had to overcome at Indiana, overseeing everything. And again, 15 sacks. 3 more than the entire Bear defensive line combined for last year. Todd McMillan walking off for the Bears sideline. 2:53 to go in the third quarter. And the Niners will have it from their 24-yard line, trailing 17-10. Brandon Doman again, the quarterback. And hunting for room up the middle, not finding a whole lot. Maurice Hicks. Let's answer our Bears Miller Lite trivia question. Which Bears player was originally drafted by the 49ers? It was, of course, R.W. McQuarters. In his 7th year now, former first-round pick, 1998, out of Oklahoma State for San Francisco. Second down, Hicks with a nice burst and a first down to the 38. And a gain of 11. With San Francisco, McQuarters just 1 interception in those 2 years, 91 tackles.
Well, I just think that he's a good football player. No question about that. Returns kick, does a lot. He's very versatile. But I think you put him at free safety, and I think that's kind of where he belongs, where he can see the ball and play the ball.
First down, play fake. Doman on target on the out at midfield. Where the catch is made by Derek Hamilton. For the best selection of authentic Bears apparel, merchandise, and collectibles, be sure to visit the Bears Pro Shop at the north end of Soldier Field, just opposite the Veterans Memorial Water Wall. The team store is open year-round with extended hours on home game Sundays. Another first down for the Niners. A minute 19 to go in the third. Hicks, big featured on this drive. And to the 48-yard line goes Maurice Hicks. Out of North Carolina, AT&T.
And they put out some good football players over the years out of North Carolina, AT&T.
He impressed in their preseason opener last week.
Yeah.
6 carries, but he averaged 6 yards.
Yep.
Scottish Claymores in Europe, a couple of years, averaged about 6 yards with them too. 2nd and 7, 3 wides. Quick toss and incomplete. In and out of the hands of Derek Hamilton. 3rd down and 7. Now Marty Booker, stalwart wide receiver in his time with Chicago, especially 2001 and 2002. 100 catches, 97 and 02, better than 1,000 yards both of those seasons.
Well, Dave, you got to understand the reason Miami made this deal. They lost David Boston, and that's the guy they brought in from San Diego who was going to be their answering receiver. Now they need another receiver down there, and that's why they brought in Booker. So the trade's going to help both teams. I don't think there's any question about that.
Wide open over the middle to the 38-yard line. Kevin Ware to first down. Niner drive continues. Free agent tight end out of the University of Washington. We're down to 15 seconds and counting. And the Niners apparently not interested in getting this last play off. So the third quarter will come to an end. A highly entertaining football game for week 2 of the preseason. 17-10 Bears. For
broadband, I was far from efficient online. And soon I was becoming less efficient in other ways. But that all changed when I got Comcast high-speed internet. There's no phone lines like with dial-up or DSL, so everything's faster and more efficient. Like me.
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months. Call 888-4-BEST-TV.
You know what I want?
My checking account to be really and truly free.
Really, 100% free.
Free.
I want checking that has the goods.
Maximum strength checking from Bank One.
When I walk out the door, I want to trip over ATM.
Make that free ATM. Free. I don't want to go hike around in these boots looking for a free ATM.
Can you do that for me?
I just want to be happy.
You should just say, I want the maximum. I want the maximum too.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs.
Yeah, I like that.
Maximum strength checking. Only from Bank One.
This summer, the Fast Lane is under new ownership. Catch the most thrilling performance of the season, Pontiac Summer Drive. Now get a total allowance of $2,000 to $6,000 on most new 2004 Pontiac models when you finance through your dealer and GMAC. The performance of the year, the ride of a lifetime. Now playing at Pontiac dealers everywhere.
Welcome back to Soldier Field, where the Bears are leading the 49ers by a score of 17-10. Right now, we're going to talk more about the trade that the Bears made with the Miami Dolphins and the impact that it might have on some of the holdover players. Of course, we talked in the opening about the fact the Bears flip-flopped their defensive ends, moving Alex Brown to left end and Michael Haynes to the right side. Well, now Alex Brown has some big-time competition because Ogunleye is a pure left end. He had 15 sacks, as we mentioned, leading the AFC a year ago. Now he'll be in direct competition with both Alex Brown and Michael Haynes. Could we see another flip-flop where Brown goes back to the right to compete with Haynes? We're not sure right now. Suddenly the Bears have a lot of competition at defensive end. It's going to play out a lot in the next few weeks. One of the big questions is how quickly will Ogunleye get in shape and pick up the Bears defensive system. It's going to be an ongoing story leading up to the season opener against the Lions. Dave?
Tobin's pass intended for Arnaz Battle and incomplete. And again, if you are just joining us, the trade official, once they both passed their physicals, Marty Booker sent to Miami for the AFC sack leader last year, former Indiana Hoosier Adewale Ogunleye. So, Mike, you look at some of the young defensive linemen now. Alex Brown, 4th round just 2 years ago out of Florida. 1st round pick this year, Tommy Harris from Oklahoma. 2nd round pick this year, Tank Johnson out of Washington. 1st round pick last year, Michael Haynes out of Penn State. Lots of young defensive line talent. Hicks. Speaking of Tank Johnson.
What a play Tank Johnson just made right there.
Undercut him in our Ford stats through 3 quarters. Chicago has had the best of it all night through the ground. Likewise, Niners have dominated through the air, but the Bears really closed the gap in total yardage in the 3rd quarter.
Good play. Watch. Comes off the block. Boom. You make a lot of plays even though you're laying on your back. Good job, Tank.
Well, the other guys well thought of. Ian Scott, 4th rounder out of Florida. John Lefevre out of Florida. Alain Kashama out of Michigan. All well thought of. That toss to Adam Hurling, and on 3rd and 13 they pick up 15 yards.
Well, they're playing all zone defenses right now. He just went down, turned out in the zone. Odom tried to get to him, but he couldn't quite make it. And it's a good throw. I mean, this kid can throw the ball. Also, I haven't seen one quarterback that ever came out of BYU and couldn't throw it.
They don't allow him on campus.
I'll tell you what, if you can't throw it, you can't go there. That's for sure.
Brandon Doman, part of the resurrection of that program just a couple of years ago. Nice change of direction that time. Hicks inside the 25. So Hicks getting a good long workout, late 3rd, early 4th quarter here. Chicago by 7, but the Niners driving. The last time the Bears won back-to-back in the preseason 4 years ago, the 2000 season. And people say, so what? You can go undefeated in the preseason, win 1 game in the regular season. Did you buy that, though? Don't you? Do you buy that a mindset is set in the preseason?
I think that's where you start it. You don't win in preseason. It's pretty hard just to turn it on. in regular season. I really believe that.
Kevin Weird diving, unable to get that tip. The Miller Lite Party Deck, place to be here at Soldier Field. Don't forget to visit ChicagoBears.com to find out which of your neighborhood hotspots will be hosting Miller Lite Party Deck ticket giveaways. Miller, good call. The 11th play of this drive. 9 of 13. Excellent third down rate for the Niners. And a 3rd and 9 here. They need the 16. Doman. Over the middle. And not close to the first down is Battle. He gets only 5 yards.
Good play. Well-designed play and pretty well played by the Bears. And Odom really did a pretty good job on the play. And so did McMillan. Both of them very good.
You seeing some wideout instincts for Battle, the former quarterback?
Well, I really think you got a guy that can run the football like he ran in Notre Dame. You know, basically when he was there, they ran a lot of option stuff. And, you know, I just think he's a talent, an athlete. It's not a hard thing, you know. What's to say that he shouldn't have been an end from the beginning? Somebody said, well, you're the best athlete, you play quarterback. You're the best athlete, you play middle linebacker or defensive back. And that's basically what happened.
36-yarder. Kirk Elanimi is good. Another former Oregon State Beaver. Close to Dennis Erickson's heart. 12:01 to go. And he makes it 17-13.
All-American brewed beers are fresh. What really matters is flavor. Let's see what happens when beer drinkers compare the flavor of Bud and Miller Genuine Draft.
It's a Budweiser town.
Wait, what beer do you drink?
Budweiser.
Do you want to do a taste challenge?
I do want to do a taste challenge.
And compare the color?
On the right has more color.
Tell me which one has more flavor.
This one has more flavor.
You picked.
I chose Miller Genuine Draft. I'm surprised.
You did not pick Budweiser.
You're kidding me. Kills me to say it, but Miller Genuine Draft has more flavor.
Taste for yourself. Miller. Good call.
You can elect to go left. You can elect to go right. Or you can be an independent. Summer Jam. Join the party now at your Cadillac dealer. Cadillac. Breakthrough. Visit your Chicagoland area Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer.
Great look at the spectacular Chicago skyline with 12:01 to go. And the Bears lead now chopped to 4, 17-13. Dave Barnett, Mike Ditka. Don't miss a chance to be a part of the storied Chicago Bear tradition here at Soldier Field. The season ticket waiting list is currently open to applications. Now is a great time to add your name. For more information, call 888-79-BEARS or log on to chicagobears.com. Rex Grossman, good part of the first half before giving way to Jonathan Quinn. We still expect to see Craig Krenzel here in the fourth quarter as the kick returned by Ahmad Merritt, a hero last week, and he brings it out nicely across the 40. Let's go down to Mark Shanowski.
Well, it's my pleasure to welcome in the newest member of Bears Broadcasting, Jimbo Covert, a familiar face to Bear fans. Of course, he played for Coach Ditka, was a part of the '85 Super Bowl champions. What did you think of the early play with Rex Grossman and the offensive line? They moved the ball pretty well.
Absolutely, Mark. I thought they had a real nice first half. I thought that Rex moved the ball around to some different receivers. I'd like to see the receivers get a little more separation. It perceived that Rex was overthrowing the ball, but I thought he had an excellent first half. I thought the defense stuck and had a couple nice hits. They got a couple turnovers as well, so it was a good first half all around.
One of the problems last week was penalties on the offensive line, particularly Kasim Mitchell, the left tackle, who seemed a little bit nervous and was jumping the snap. Is that a tough thing as a young guy to be able to hang in there and making sure you're doing your assignments correctly?
Absolutely, but it's only preseason. There's not much noise out here, and you're at home. So, wait till we get to a dome, and if he can't hear in there, I can understand that. But, I think overall the offensive line protected very well in the first half, and I'd like to see that continue as these preseason games get down the road a little bit.
Jimbo and I will be back with live post-game coverage for all our viewers on WCIU Channel 26. Let's go back to Dave.
All right, and as you can see, the 5th-round draft pick out of Ohio State, Craig Krenzel, is in now on 2nd down and 10. And Brock Forsey on 2nd effort across the 45. It'll be a 3rd down at about 6 or 7 to go.
Not an easy man to bring down. And he doesn't go down easy. I guess that's the best way to put it.
Either way.
Yeah. Well, he fights his way for 4 yards, and that's, it gives you a little more makeable 3rd down situation.
6 needed. Krenzel, part of the Ohio State surprise national championship 14-0 2 years ago, leading the way, pulling out game after game. Late 4th quarter heroics became a habit, and he overthrows Forsey. So it's a quick 3 and out. First time Krenzel is in it.
Well, they missed an assignment there. Somebody came right up the middle free, and they didn't close it down. And you can't blame that on the quarterback. He had no chance. None.
Another former Oregon State Beaver doing it for Dennis Erickson. Richard Siegler, 4th-round draft pick for them this year.
Who was his leading tackle last week?
So P.J. Fleck drops back, and Brooks Barnard will make his first punt of the evening. Not very long. Wobbler return from the 20. And Fleck knocked down after a short gain of a short punt, just 36 yards on Barnard's first effort.
They're kicking the wrong side of the ball.
10:58 to go. 17-13 Chicago.
This summer, the Fast Lane is under new ownership. Catch the most thrilling performance of the season. Pontiac Summer Drive. Now lease a 2004 Grand Am SE solid value for around $139 a month after GMAC bonus. Residency restrictions apply. Call for details. The performance of the year. The ride of a lifetime. Now playing at your Chicagoland, Northwest Indiana Pontiac dealer.
I would have gone vanilla with that sweater.
Ice cream, $3.
I think I would have parked a little closer.
Gas, $22.
Whoa. I think.
Haircut, $30.
What? I would have looked out for the water main. But that's just me.
Monday morning quarterbacks, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
I would have double bagged it.
The last of the 04s have arrived. It's Chevy's model year-end event. Now get big cash back or low APR financing for qualified buyers on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
Bears by 4. Win big with a totally free Chicago Bears checking account at TCF Bank. For a limited time, receive 2 boxes of custom Chicago Bears checks for the price of 1. Chicago Bears checking, available only at TCF Bank. Member FDIC. From their 23-yard line, with 10:58 to go, Niners down 4. With their 7th-round draft pick out of the University of Washington, Cody Pickett in, the 3rd quarterback of the night.
And he can throw it. He can throw it. Well, you can also throw it out of bounds. I guess he can throw it.
Oh, he can definitely throw it.
No, he can throw it, but I think that one was a little off target.
Lovie Smith's first regular season game as the head coach. September 12th here, Detroit at noon, and then on to Green Bay and Minnesota.
Yeah, it's a pretty tough start. Detroit's a much improved team. Green Bay, Minnesota, Philadelphia, they got a tough schedule, let's face it. It's a tough schedule, and they get through this thing and get to the playoffs. They've done a heck of a job.
And another Maurice 6 carry. The rest of our Miller Lite regular season Bears schedule.
Good tackle by Joe. Leon Joe makes another good play.
At Dallas on November 25th, the traditional holiday Thanksgiving afternoon from Texas Stadium wraps up January 2nd against Green Bay right here at noon. September 12th, though, is when Lovie told us he will really feel like officially an NFL head coach.
Well,
flags everywhere. Pickett steps up and slides short of the first down to the 30.
That may be the case, but he is an official NFL head coach. He may not feel like it till the first league game, but he is an official NFL head coach.
Cody Pickett with rodeo genes. He is the son of
defense number 93. 5-yard penalty.
Steve Pickett, the 1984 world champion cowboy, is a member of the Pro Rodeo Hall of Fame. Cody, a two-time national team rodeo finalist. So football, just
I know one
part of what he's interested in.
He's tough. I played with a guy named Walt Garrison in Dallas, and he was tough. Rodeo guys are tough guys.
Derek Hamilton makes the catch. The legend about Walt Garrison made when he played the NFC Championship game against the San Francisco 49ers with a broken leg.
He had a broken bone in his ankle, and he sucked it up. They taped it up, and they gave him one of those little shots in his ankle, and he went on about his business and played pretty darn well.
Because compared to getting kicked by Cow, football's not all that
bad at all.
Hicks doing some dancing. He's been impressive, and he
really has. He's done a great job of running with the football. Good vision, quick feet.
So Maurice Hicks has had a nice showcase in the second half. Cody Pickett in charge now. Tim Rattay, who looks to figure in at the top of the heap, a quarterback for the Niners, had an MRI on his right arm this week. They showed significant improvement, but they're holding him out for next week, they hope. Hicks again.
Now, I want to show you something here. If you can understand how a cornerback, C-R-O-N-E-R, cornerback, can line up offside. Number 36 just lined up offside.
Defense number 36. Line up,
and that's Kelly. Is that Kelly?
Yep.
Play results in a first.
You watch this now. You tell me how this is possible. Watch what happens down there. He's offside of me. Here's the rest of the team back here. He's way up there. I mean, that's not even close. Now, I understand the 49er receivers 3-4 yards off the ball, but that doesn't give the defensive back any right to go across the line of scrimmage.
And he's not a rookie. He's a fourth-year guy.
Well,
Pickett with time. And a swing pass called by Brian Johnson, fullback out of New Mexico.
There's an unheard guy right there. Brian Knight made the tackle, and boy, you talk about a fall from grace.
Gain of 5 yards. Under 8:15 we go. Still 17-13 Chicago. Niners driving. Second down and 5. Jason Wright in, the Northwestern product, rookie free agent. And gets to give, and is immediately brought down by Cameron Worrell.
And he will smoke you. Cameron will hit you as well as anybody. I watched him last year. I like the kid. You know, he's not going to be a major part of this team except for special teams, but he can tackle. This kid will stick his nose in there. Hi, Jerry.
We are about to be joined by the general manager of the Chicago Bears, Jerry Angelo, and we'll get more insight on the trade we announced earlier. Marty Booker for Adewale Ogunleye. First of all, this is going to be close for a Gabe Preseason first down. Jerry, first of all, how long is this trade in the making? How much went into finalizing it tonight?
Well, a lot went into it. It really heated up this morning. They called us a couple of days ago, and they said that they might be interested to now deal Wale, and we said that we'd be interested to get back with this, and it picked up this morning and went on all day.
You get a guy who had more sacks than your entire defensive line last year.
It's a breath of fresh air. We only have to see the free agent market to see what those players' value is.
Well, when you make a move like this, I mean, what's it really depend on the fact that you think you have good young receivers, I mean, that can take Booker's place, because Booker's put up some great numbers, or you just feel like you need this guy to make that defense a little better?
Both, Mike. Mike, we would have did this deal regardless. You know how important those pass rushers are.
They don't grow on trees.
Right, and we'd much rather have to address the receiver situation than the pass rusher. And we like our young receivers, and it just gives them a chance to, get going. Just because they're unknown doesn't mean that we don't feel they're going to be good football players.
And you have agreed with him through 2005 contractually?
It's a 6-year deal, and it's a solid 6-year deal. And that's all cemented. Everything's contingent on passing the physical, obviously.
Well, I'm sure they'll pass the physical, but I didn't understand it when they said signed through 2005. You wouldn't do a deal like that.
No. It was contingent on us doing a deal. That was the real sticking point, Mike. But we got through that tonight. We gave him a deadline. We said before this game's over, we're going to call our Marty Booker, and we're going to let him know what uniform he's going to be in. And if we can't get it done, well, business as usual, and we're able to do it. We talked to Marty. We're losing a great player, and he'll be well missed.
Yeah, but I think it's an opportunity for him, too. They lost Boston down there. They need a receiver, and I think it's just maybe sometimes, a change of, uniform sometimes might help both people.
Exactly, Mike, and it's win-win. Nobody feels like they hoodwinked the other. We knew what we had to do, and they knew what they needed, and we got it done. So,
bottom line, how much better is your defense after this?
Well, I like to think it's going to be a lot better. The biggest problem I hope we have is, pronouncing his name.
Flag down, cricket incomplete. Jerry, thank you for the update.
My pleasure, Dave.
Thanks, Sheriff.
Okay, always a pleasure.
Thank you.
Okay.
General Manager of the Bears, Jerry Angelo, with more info on the Marty Booker for Adewale Ogunleye trade, holding the signal against San Francisco.
I think what Jerry said right there, I think people have to understand this, it's a win-win situation. It's for both teams have made a good trade to help their football teams. In Miami's case, they need a receiver. They were counting on Boston very heavily. The big receiver out of Ohio State they brought in from San Diego in the offseason, and he's gone for the year, so they have to have another receiver.
Number 71.
And Marty Booker is a very good receiver. You put him in the right system, and he's going to catch his share of passes and be very effective. So now it looks like the 49ers again on the penalty trail here.
4th year AFC sack leader, Pro Bowl.
Yep.
So now the Dolphins can turn their attention to running back. How are they going to find another Ricky Williams?
Well, right now, I don't think they're looking for another Ricky Williams. I'll be honest with you.
Intercepted! Claude Harriet!
Could have been a hero. Could have been a hero.
Still Chicago ball, but that could have been 6. The 5th round rookie out of Pittsburgh, Claude Harriet, picks off Pickett.
You can't let the quarterback tackle you by 1 foot. Come on, Claude. You're from Pittsburgh. That never happens.
But now that's a guy that trips up.
How about this number, 72? The last guy that wore 72, if this guy would have hit him, he would have got off the field.
But that's a rodeo cowboy, though.
That's right.
He's handled worse than humans.
Right.
That's not the toughest species he's ever brought down. Brock Horsey.
He'll pound it in there.
To the 23. One more look now. Claude getting the congratulations.
Oops. That was a matter of not looking. Cody did not look good. He just he looked down the field, and then when he looked out, just assumed the receiver would be there and the screen would be set up, and of course Mr. Harriet was right in between the receiver and the quarterback.
Never had an interception with the Panthers. How about that?
He was too busy. He's too busy rushing the quarterback.
Had a great career up there.
Yep.
Didn't take him long to get his first pick as a Bear. End around Darryl Jones. And a flag too. And the flag come from the secondary.
The other receiver is going to be called for a block in the back, I believe. And that would be Berrien. Bernard Berrien.
Bill Vinovich.
Offense number 80. 10-yard penalty. Beat second down.
Well, if he gave a number,
I don't think he did.
Escaped my attention.
He didn't give a number, I don't think.
But that is the first holding call against the offense all night. That will be much to Levy Smith's relief.
Yeah, and even if it's a receiver, you know, at least the guy was trying. You know, he's making an effort downfield, and sometimes you can overlook it a little bit.
Offensive front, including Aaron Gibson, Steve Edwards, Michael Keithley, who is in at center. Flag down, incomplete, intended for Jones.
Now you got a different cadence. Now that's the problem right there. And actually, Forsey jumped here. There's no question about it. But Greg, you gotta get it out. You gotta burst it out. Get it out of there. They had two men moving well, but he was also moving forward. That's what happened.
Illegal motion. Offense number 44. The penalty is declined. Third down.
Getting back to the trade, though, there is reason to be jumping up and down if you're a Bear fan, needing pass pressure with a guy like Gumbia. And if you're a wide receiver, Mike, there's reason to be jumping up and down because there's a big opportunity for somebody now to step in for Marty Booker.
That's true. You know, and as well as this kid did rushing the passer down, and I'm not even going to attempt his name. Okay,
there you go.
I mean, I got it pretty close. But
thrown away.
Don't forget who was on the other side, too. Jason Taylor. Now, you know, sometimes there's a reason for why one guy succeeds. A lot of times maybe he's not the first guy there, but I'm sure this guy is bona fide, the real deal pass rusher, and he's what the Bears are looking for. I'm just saying, but you got to understand there's a lot of things that go into it, and Marty Booker will do a good job down there. I think everybody's got to be happy for him.
This will be a 46-yarder by Paul Edinger. Out of the hold of Brad Maynard with 5:04 to go for a 7-point lead. And it is good.
But his kid can kick. Now, I don't believe there's ever been a kicker that I can recall in my time in the NFL, which has been pretty long, that ever turned his back to the football before he kicked it like this. I've never seen that.
He kicks like Louis T. unpitched.
Yep.
I want to throw away those envelopes and pay my bills online with a click, free and guaranteed. Click, click, click. And I want branches and ATMs everywhere I look. Everywhere.
Maximum strength checking from Bank One.
Make that free ATM. Free. And I want emails about my account. Right, just the important stuff. You should just say, I want the maximum. I want the maximum too. Honey, my maximum has more than your maximum. My maximum makes your maximum look minimum.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs. Maximum strength checking. Only from Bank One.
It's Toyota time, the nationwide clearance event, the year's biggest event. You've got to act now. Hurry in for great clearance savings on tough Toyota trucks, like the full-size Tundra, now with 0% financing for 36 months or $1,500 customer cash. Or go for the rugged Tacoma, also with 0 financing for 36 months. Toyota time. Selection, value, clearance, now.
Looking for information on the Olympic Games in Athens? Log on to NBC5.com now and click on the ozone for everything you want to know about the Games. From athlete bios to video highlights, local TV schedules, and more. Plus, in-depth stories from NBC5's Anna Duplantis and Ryan Baker as they follow all the Olympic action. Just click on the ozone. Your all-access pass to the Summer Games begins now, only on NBC5.com.
Bears back up by a touchdown. Bank One, home of Maximum Strength Checking, salutes Maximum Strength Football. Bank One, the most branches and ATMs in Chicago. Member FDIC. You know, early in the preseason, Mike, a lot of games are just messes, and that has not been the case from the first kickoff tonight. This has been a very entertaining game.
And I think you've seen both a good play on both sides. I think the thing that will disturb the 49er coaching staff, of course, is turnovers. But, I mean, it's been good play. It's been a well-played football game. The 49ers have moved the ball very well. The Bears have moved the ball very well at times. And the 49ers have done a better job returning kicks and punts than the Bears.
Hamilton brings this out to the 32. And another timeout with 4 minutes and 54 seconds remaining. 20-13, Chicago.
Everything is so fresh.
I wonder who her caterer is.
It's me. I'm the caterer. Please. Come on, Patricia, who is it?
Jewel. What, you think I have a fancy chef back there with a tall white hat and a funny accent? Can I have his number?
Jewel, helping make your life easier.
Before broadband, I was far from efficient online, and soon I was becoming less efficient in other ways. But that all changed when I got Comcast high-speed internet. There's no phone lines like with dial-up or DSL, so everything's faster and more efficient. Like me.
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months. Call 888-4-BEST-TV.
Bud Light says choose on taste. Well, the American people have chosen. In a nationwide taste test, a majority of Bud Light drinkers has declared that Miller Lite has more taste than Bud Light. And it's still got half the carbs. We are saying it on TV, so it must be true. Taste the beer and taste the dream. Vote Miller. Good call.
Here's 29ers 13. A Comcast Bear fact about Krenzel coming up after we look at the Bears scoring drive, including with the Edinger field goal, and now 13 points have come off 49er turnover. 13 of Chicago's 20. Quite helpful, those 49ers.
Well, it's a trademark of Lovey's defenses. I mean, get the ball, turn it over, cause the other team to make mistakes, wreak a little havoc, and I think that's what they're doing.
Cody Pickett again at quarterback for the Niners. Intercepted at the 36-yard line. Another Bear takeaway. Nathan Vasher, the all-time University of Texas interception leader.
Nathan got after that ball. Cody, maybe you got to stick to bareback riding or bronc busting.
Vasher just stepping right in front of the intended target over there, number 17, Khalil Hill.
Threw a little bit behind him, and great job by Vasher. Stepped right in and took the ball away, but it was a little behind him. Not the best throw in the world.
He went to the wrong sideline. I think he's chasing down that ball. He wants a souvenir, whether it's preseason or not. 17 interceptions in his career as a Longhorn. So Chicago now with 4:48 to go.
Went off the field on the wrong side. 5-yard penalty.
Vasher penalized for that lack of direction. Move it back to the 41. Now here is our Bears fact about Craig Krenzel. In addition to leading Ohio State to the 2002 National Championship, he also earned National Conference and school academic honors while majoring in molecular genetics.
I took that in college.
I did not. I
took that in college. It didn't take me, but I took it.
Krenzel rolling.
Run it. Run it, Craig. Run it. Run it. You got two guys covered. Take off. Put it in your arm. Get as much as you can. Get out of bounds.
Aaron Boone, the intended receiver. Are you being serious about molecular genetics?
Hey, listen, I took pre-dental courses, believe me, and then I knew why I had to get out of there. Watch what happens here. Both receivers, all it is a naked, what we call naked or bootleg, misdirection. He rolls now. He can run right here. He can beat the guy chasing him. He can beat this guy that's chasing him and actually probably gain about 6-7 yards. Get out of bounds. That's all you're going to do.
Oops. On the toss sweep, Jason McKee. A flag way from the secondary, about 30 yards away from the play.
That's probably holding on the Bears.
He's out by Josh Cooper. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah.
Bears have stayed away from most of these penalties that plagued them last week in St. Louis.
Holding. Offense number 49. 10-yard penalty. Beat second down.
This copyright program is presented by the authority of the National Football League, the Chicago Bears, and is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, or accounts of this game without the express written permission of the National Football League and the Chicago Bears is strictly a no-no. In other words, you cannot do that. Don't even try.
So when I read that, I'm never quite confident that someone won't test me on.
Do not mess with the NFL.
I am not worried about that at all.
This stuff, you don't want to mess with these guys. I'm telling you, Big Brother will get you.
McKee out of Temple. He's had a good, strong camp. He gets 9 yards, and the clock continues to roll down near 4 minutes.
Yeah, he's really played well tonight, too, and Lovey likes this guy. And he talked to us last week when he talked to us, Dave. He talked really favorably about him and Johnson, both fullbacks. He likes both of them. But this kid has some ability to play tailback also.
That versatility may be what keeps him on the roster.
Right, and special teams, I'm sure that's the other factor.
So here's a 3rd and 13 out of the gun, Krenzel. Blitz comes, down goes Craig back at the 46-yard line. That is the first San Francisco sack of the night, and Josh Cooper got it, a rookie free agent out of Ole Miss.
Yeah, that was Drogi to get beat there. And number 73, and no, that's going to happen. That's going to happen.
So where it appeared after the Vasher takeaway that the Bears might have a chance to score and maybe put it out of reach. Instead, Brooks Barnard is out with 3:47 to go. And the Bears have called their first timeout. Our Pontiac key performers tonight: Rex Grossman 8 out of 16 for 44. Thomas Jones impressive again, 6 for 32, better than 5 yards per carry. And so was Adrian Peterson, 7.7 per carry and a touchdown.
That's a pretty good average by those two backs, gaining 86 yards and averaging just probably about 6 yards a carry.
And we still have not seen Anthony Thomas in the preseason.
You may not see a whole lot of Anthony Thomas. You know, there's an old saying, Dave, out of sight, out of mind. And it's one thing to be hurt, and if you're hurt, that's fine. I mean, you're not going to be able to play. But I tell you, coaches have a tendency to forget when they see these other guys there. And
look at this punt.
Oh, boy.
Down at the 4.
I got to say that I was totally faked out by the receiver. I thought he was going to catch the punt on the other side of the field. What a great punt.
Cameron Morrell downed it. Perfect sand wedge by Barnard.
Great fake over here. Watch over here. He brought a lot of guys over. He fakes that little catch, and here it is over here. Stops like a 9-iron, 8-iron, wedge, whatever it is. Sand wedge. Actually, mine don't stop that well.
Take the ref off his feet.
Bing! Perfect. Nose down, just perfect.
So 3:35 to go. And the Niners start what they hope will be a march that may force overtime with a short toss to Derek Hamilton. Now, well, surely we're not going to have back-to-back preseason overtime.
You don't know. You don't know about that.
Cody Pickett, draw play, Jason Wright to the 15, maybe 16. and should be a first down for the Niners, and is, with down to 3 minutes to go. Both teams have 2 timeouts. Last week, the Bears won just their 3rd ever overtime preseason game. Toss to right, over the middle, and that's close for another first down. And in fact, it is, and the clock continues to roll. They can get maybe 3 more plays off, save both timeouts, and get it down to the 2-minute warning. Again, right, same play. A little more room this time. He's at a 46-yard line with 2:27 to go.
Well, this is pretty typical. This is what you call a prevent defense. And when you play the prevent defense, what happens? They prevent you from winning.
All too often.
It is a preventer.
Pickett felt some pressure, got away from it. It's dropped by Wright, who had been perfect on this drive until then. Chased by Derek Ballard. 4th drop of the night by the Niners, but it does stop the clock at 2:06, so they can get 1 more play and then the 2-minute warning and have 2 timeouts remaining. So again, if you're just joining us, maybe you've been watching the Olympics, the Bears have made a major trade tonight. They have sent wide receiver Marty Booker to the Dolphins in exchange for all-pro defensive end Adewale Ogunleye out of the University of Indiana. Pro Bowler, 15 sacks, led the AFC last year. Pickett steps up. Over the middle, look out. Hamilton to the 32 with 1:57.
Well, I tell you what, you can tell right here that these backup defensive backs have no clue what the 2-minute defense is all about.
That's a 2-minute warning.
That just cost him 21 yards at the 2-minute warning.
The last of the 04s have arrived. It's Chevy's model year-end event. Now get big cash back or low APR financing for qualified buyers on select 2004 Chevy vehicles. See your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana Chevy dealers.
I would have gone vanilla with that sweater.
Ice cream, $3.
I think I would have parked a little closer.
Gas, $22.
Whoa. I think...
Haircut, $30.
What? I would have looked out for the water main. But that's just me.
Monday morning quarterbacks, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
I would have double bagged it.
You can elect to go left. You can elect to go right. Or you can be an independent. Summer Jam. Join the party now at your Cadillac dealer. Cadillac. Breakthrough. Visit your Chicagoland area Cadillac dealer for this attractive offer. Residency restrictions apply.
Bears preseason football is sponsored by Comcast. Get more Chicago sports with Comcast digital cable. And brought to you by Miller Lite. Great taste, less filling. Miller, good call. Cadillac, bold vehicles defying convention. Visit your local Cadillac dealer. Bank One, presenting partner of the Chicago Bears. Get maximum strength checking, the most powerful form of checking known to money today. Member FDIC. And by Pontiac. See your Pontiac dealer now during the Pontiac Summer Drive.
1:57 to go. Cody Pickett with the swing pass, very short yardage, caught at the 30 by Aaron Walker. Promotional consideration provided by Mike Ditka's Chicago, the ultimate Chicago dining destination. Mike Ditka's, located at 100 East Chestnut in Chicago. 2nd down and 6. Pickett with the out pass and caught inbounds at the 25-yard line. The catch made there by number 17, Khalil Hill. 1:31 to go. 2 timeouts both ways. 20-13 Bears. Pickett near perfect on this drive, which began at their own 4. It has taken a little over 2 minutes to get to this 3rd and 1.
I thought Pickett could wick it, and he can. He can wing it.
Here's come after him. Gets away, fires short. Incomplete. Intended for Derek Hamilton.
Well, see, you get out of the prevent. You put a little pressure on him. You get him out of the rhythm he's in. You make him move out of the pocket. Now you got a chance to disrupt the pattern and cover. But, you know, you just got to sit back there and drop in the zones. And I know what they're practicing. They're doing it for a reason because they're going to have to do it sometime during the season. But those defenses prevent you from being effective.
Ball game right here. If the Bears can get a stop on 4th down. Short drop. Fires incomplete. Knocked away from Arlen Bruce.
Great play.
And it was Nathan Vasher,
the young man from Texas. Good play. Good throw. Good play.
An interception and a key breakup to end that drive. Both late in the 4th quarter.
You got to love it. You got to love it.
Big part of the nation's #1 defense in 2001, earlier in his Texas career. 17 interceptions. He had 1 tonight. Remember, both teams 2 timeouts, but it is now up to the Bear offense to try and run out the last minute 21. And they'll start with Brock Forsey.
And that's okay. They're going to run it out because he could have taken it out wide there. He's taking no chance of running out of bounds, stopping the clock. They want to call timeout. They'll be done with him in a second.
Second team timeout.
Next to last, called here by the Niners with 1:13. So if you're Lovie Smith, and assuming you hang on and win this thing, you got to feel a whole lot better about this win than you did last week's win, don't you?
I think so. I think you see better execution on both sides of the ball. You got to be impressed by a lot of things you saw with the, I guess you call it the first unit defense. I think there were some good plays made in there. And I think the thing you got to like most about what you see, Dave, is the fact that you're creating turnovers. And you can say, well, that's the shortcoming of the 49ers. But also it's the strength of what the Bears defense is doing. They're making them create that turnover. And, you know, that's what his team's success is going to be predicated on, getting that ball, putting his offense on a short field.
Bears have not turned it over in either game. Again to give to Forsey.
Forsey, the ball carrier.
And the last 49er timeout with 1:07.
Third and
so it'll be 3rd down and about 6.
30-second timeout.
The Saints are here Friday night at 7:30.
When those Saints come marching in.
The Ditka Bowl.
No, I don't think so. That was like a nightmare when I was down there. I just let that go. I let that go. I did nothing for them, and they did nothing for me, so we're even.
Oh, you got some good meals out of it, though, didn't you?
Yeah, you know what? That's overrated, too, because if there's any better food in America than the city of Chicago, you got to prove it to me. And I'm talking about New York, L.A., anywhere, San Francisco. I hear all the conversation. You got to prove it to me.
Well, if I want a pork chop, I'm not going to New Orleans.
You want a good steak, you're going to come to Chicago. Pork chop. You want good Italian food, you come here.
So here's 3rd and 6. Forsey trying to get wide. Works the cut back, can't do it.
Smart play. Smart play.
They will let the
clock run down. They'll let it run down. They may end up with a procedure, a delay game call here.
21 seconds difference in the play clock and the game clock. And the Niners out of timeouts. 20 seconds on the play clock. Barnard out there. B.J. Fleck back deep for the Niners. No hurry. 10 still on the play clock. And 26 on the game clock now.
Well, they're going to let it run right down to. Whoops. Good job. Great punt. Great punt. Wow.
Best punt of the preseason by Brooks Barnard. 51 yards.
With probably about a 5.0 hang time.
And there were some white jerseys bearing down on him, too. He ignored him. He got off a boomer with 15 seconds now. San Francisco without any timeouts and 80 yards away.
I don't know if it's competition for Maynard, I'll tell you, but that's pretty impressive right there. Because as Dave said, there was pressure. A couple guys were coming through. The 49ers had a rush on. And that's why the fair catch was made in the back by the receiver. But that was a great punt. You know, you're talking about 51 yards with probably a 5-second hang time. Pretty hard to return those kind.
Lots of third and fourth team defenders out there to see what they can do against Pickett. Steps up and throws complete at the 48-yard line to Fleck. Immediately knocked out of bounds, but a 28-yard catch. 8 seconds still to go.
Well, I think it's that's an illegal chuck by the receiver.
Illegal contact. Defense number 31. Penalties declined. Resolve the plays. First down.
That is the call against the Bear defense. Cameron Worrell really blasted him out of bounds.
Cameron Worrell will blast a lot of people out of bounds if he gets a chance. Yep, he did bounce him. Now that guy's pretty tough.
Well, you're 52 yards away. You have no timeouts. You got 8 seconds.
Well, they got to play. They practice it. But, you know, it's going to be some version probably of the Hail Mary. Maybe not exactly. Nope,
ball is loose. Pickett at the 48 at Chicago as time runs out.
Number 2 is in the book for Lovie Smith. And he's got to be happy. He's got to be excited.
Back-to-back preseason wins since 2000.
Congratulations, Coach Smith and staff and team.
Again, our final, the Bears 20, the Niners 13. Coming up next, the post-game show. With the Olympics on NBC, tune in next Friday night to WCIU-TV as the Bears play host to New Orleans at 7:30 p.m. For Mike Ditka, Mark Shinosky, the rest of our crew, I'm Dave Barnett. So long from Soldier Field.
Multi-State Insurance Company.
Hello, I'd like a car insurance quote, please. Yeah, hi. Hello. Yeah, I'd like a quote, please. Can I have a car insurance quote? Need a quote. Yeah, I'm looking for a car insurance quote, please. Quote, please. Just need a quote.
Hey, think easier. Think Progressive. We give you our direct rate for car insurance, plus the rates of other top companies instantly. Go to Progressive.com.
How are you, Dr. Bello?
Before there's money,
fine.
There's work.
Morning, who's first? Okay. No problem, don't you worry about it. We get it all the time. I'll have you out of here in a jiffy. Okay, thanks, you're done. Has he adapted well to urban life? So, what are the symptoms? Oh, he's got a little spunk in him, doesn't he? What can I do for you? Come on, buddy. Oh.
LaSalle, the bank that appreciates your hard work.
These 3 letters open the door to the GMC Summer Drive. It's the one place for more standard V8 horsepower than Ford F-150. Available automatic rear locking differential and quadra-steer 4-wheel steering. Get a specially equipped 2004 half-ton extended cab 4x4 with option packages and get a $2,500 discount. Add the discount to cash back for a total value of $6,000. Summer Drive, only at your Chicagoland and Northwest Indiana GMC dealers.
So, guys, any words of wisdom?
Yeah, run. Well, Wendy's bacon mushroom melt is back.
That's awesome.
Oh, with bacon and warm cheddar cheese sauce. And those mushrooms.
Huge help, guys. Thanks.
I gotta have one.
I'm getting married in 5 minutes.
Come on, how long could it take?
The one you love is back. Wendy's delicious bacon mushroom melt. It's better here.
See why we had to have one?
I do.
And our pickup window's open till 1 a.m. or later.
Welcome to the Chicago Bears preseason post-game show.
Welcome
Welcome back to Soldier Field, where the Bears are now 2-0 in the preseason after beating the San Francisco 49ers 20-13. I'm joined now by former Bears offensive lineman Jimbo Covert. And Jimbo, I guess it gets a little sloppy in the second half when you see some of the second, third team guys in, but it was pretty much mission accomplished for the Bears. They win the football game. They do some good things on offense. How'd you think the first team offense played in the first half?
I thought they played real well, Mark. You know, they showed some good things. I like the way the offensive line played. Very solid, protected Rex very, very well. And as I mentioned earlier, I think it was a perception that he was overthrown a little bit. I'd like to see some of the receivers, you know, get a little bit of separation. But I think the offensive line played extremely well. Thomas Jones, very impressed with him. And on the defensive side of the ball, they created some turnovers. They were hitting out there, and you like to see that in the first couple quarters.
Of course, Jim is a rookie now to Bears broadcasting, and of course, when you start out, you're always going to have problems with your microphone, so we're going to help you out a little bit with that. Defensively, Lovie Smith wants to be an attacking style. Did you like the way they put pressure on the 49ers? They forced 3 turnovers in the first half, and that really set the tone for the game.
Absolutely. They put a little pressure on them. I like to see a little bit more pressure on them, but they got a little pressure up the middle, which is very, very important to do, especially in these games early on where you can see a little bit of that going on. So I was happy to see that, and what I'd really like to see is they were hitting, which a little bit in preseason, a lot of guys like to do a little dance and a little brother-in-law, but they were out there hitting, which is good.
Now let's go back to the guys who called the game for us today, Dave Barnett and Mike Ditka. Their thoughts on the Bears' second straight victory.
All right, Mark. Well, one thing that jumps out, and it doesn't matter if it's preseason when you're talking about this particular statistics, the Bears have not turned it over in either the first 2 games when it's all about setting trends and trying to get mindsets established. When you're used to not turning the ball over, whether it's preseason or not, that's something that may continue.
That's exactly right, and they got 5 turnovers in 2 games now. The other thing is that they dropped the penalties significantly. They looked like they had a lot more. What Jim says is exactly right. I was impressed with Grossman, and I was impressed with the offensive line. I thought the defense, what their job is to do is to cause chaos, cause the other team to make mistakes, and they're doing that. You know, you can say, well, the other team made the mistakes. No, the Bears caused them to make it. So I think when you look at the whole package of what this happened today, this is a great little win for them, really. And it's going to send a message to the 49ers, too. You guys don't have anything that we can't handle.
Well, it was the first home game as head coach for Lovie Smith, and he was welcomed accordingly.
Yes.
Here in Soldier Field, things got off to a pretty good start, too, for the Bears. 5 takeaways, and the first one here off Dorsey.
Well, he looked at the receiver all the way, Dave.
Mike Brown got that interception. Rex Grossman at his first half action.
Corral, and you like to see that David catching the ball coming inside, and here this kid really has showed me something. Not only as a running back, but as a receiver coming out of the backfield. Thomas Jones, good back.
Adrian Peterson, likewise, his backup. Paul Edinger was, as usual, on target. Ron Rivera's defense causing Ken Dorsey some misery.
That is a good play right here. Just good football. I mean, and they're getting right up on the ball. Well, this is special teams, and you like to see this. You like to see your special teams make some plays.
Real quick, 2-play touchdown drive, Adrian Peterson on both carries. Now the Niners get this spectacular Brandon Lloyd touchdown catch.
Unbelievable.
They reviewed it. They decided it was a touchdown after all. Peterson again.
Well, I'll tell you what, you brought it up. He led all backs in history in gaining yards in college. It's good run on the reverse. This was set up early in the game. We talked about it. And, of course, a real good play there. That was Brooks Bernard, I believe.
And then McKee with the juggling catch, leading to a Forsey touchdown.
McKee led the way on the play.
If only Claude Herrick could have stepped over Pickett.
You got to get those feet up, son.
Still can smile about it. Never had a Pickett fit. He's already got
right
one
down the middle. This guy is good. You know what? I think they're going to keep him.
Paul Edinger, Mr. Automatic. 5 takeaways by the Bears. They, again, for the second straight week, do not turn it over. 13 points off turnovers, and they run the ball again consistently. 132 rushing yards, 145 last week. Every team, I don't care where it is, what time of the preseason it is encouraged when you can run the ball.
Well, you watched them last week, and, you got to take, well, why so many penalties? Well, you saw a well-coached football team tonight on both sides, but I think you saw that the Bears are in good hands with Lovie Smith and his defensive and offensive staff. This is a well-coached football team.
This is not all you're doing this weekend. What else is on your agenda?
Well, we got the Hall of Fame golf tournament on Monday. We got a big card signing tomorrow out in Itasca at the Wyndham, and bringing in about 40-some Hall of Famers, David. It's a pretty nice deal. We raise money for Misericordia, which is a home for special privileged handicapped children here in Chicago, and also for the handicapped Hall of Famers, who are a few of them right now, believe me. So we try to take care of a few people with it, but a lot of big names will be in, and if you never had a chance to get Night Train, well, not Night Train, he's passed away, Deacon Jones, or some of the big names that they'll be in, Anthony Muniz, and I can't name them all, Horning will be in, and a bunch of them, so it'll be fun.
Best of luck with that. Great cause.
Thank you, David.
And let's send it back down to the field to Mark Shanowski.
All right, Dave and Mike, thanks a lot. We'll see you guys next Friday for the call of the game against the New Orleans Saints. And, Jim, before we bring in some player guests and Coach Lovie Smith, I want to ask you about the play of the offensive line. Because of the injury to Rex Tucker, they pretty much have solidified that group of 5. Is that going to be a kind of a blessing in disguise that group can work together heading towards the regular season opener?
Absolutely, Mark. You know, those guys really need to get that continuity. And with Rex being out now with Reuben Brown, I thought had a real solid game. And he's a veteran. He knows how to play in this league. He's been around a long time, made about 8 Pro Bowls. So he knows how to play that position. So I think you're really going to see that line really come together with John Tate being on the right side, now Quasim Mitchell. It's going to be a pretty solid line. I'm looking forward to watching him play this year.
And the offensive line cut down on the penalties, which was a very good positive sign today. And we're going to talk more about the Bears offense and the defense, which forced so many turnovers. We'll also have some live player guests coming up as the post-game show rolls on here on WCIU.
You know what I want?
My checking account to be really and truly free.
Really, 100% free.
Free.
I want checking that has the goods.
Maximum strength checking from Bank One.
When I walk out the door, I want to trip over ATM.
Make that free ATM. Free. I don't want to go hiking around in these boots looking for a free ATM.
Can you do that for me?
I just want to be happy. You should just say, I want the maximum. I want the maximum, too.
Free checking and thousands of ATMs.
Yeah, I like that.
Maximum strength checking, only from Bank One.
It's Toyota time, the nationwide clearance event, the year's biggest event. You've got to act now. Get great clearance savings on fuel-efficient cars like the legendary Camry, now with 0% financing up to 48 months, or 1,000 customer cash. Or go for the stylish Solara, also with 0 financing for 36 months. Toyota time, selection, value, clearance, now.
Before broadband, I was far from efficient online, and soon I was becoming less efficient in other ways. But that all changed when I got Comcast high-speed internet. There's no phone lines like with dial-up or DSL, so everything's faster and more efficient. Like me.
That was then. This is Comcast.
Get connected for $19.99 a month for 4 months. Call 888-4-BEST-TV.
Save energy and money at Menards. Our entire selection of in-stock fluorescent lights is on sale. Choose from this 4-foot wraparound style or this high-performance shop light by American Fluorescent. Only $9.88 each after $3 rebate. Get huge savings on Atlas door locks, all on sale. This bright brass tulip-style passage lock is only $3.88. Lock into low prices with savings from Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome to the Chicago Bears preseason postgame show.
And we're back at Soldier Field where the Bears improved their preseason record to 2-0 with a 20-13 victory over the San Francisco 49ers. I'm joined by Jimbo Covert and one of the stars on defense today, rookie defensive back Nathan Vasher from the University of Texas. And hey, that must have been fun. You got a pick late and really contributed to the effort.
Oh, yeah, I think we really got better as a team today. It always feels good to win, and the turnovers is something that we've been working on in practice, so it came up big for us today.
You were talking about the fact that Claude Harriott got the interception. He's been doing that in practice. It always looks interesting when a guy wearing 72 can pick off the ball, but he almost fumbled, and I'm sure he's going to get a hard time from the coaches about that.
Right. As tough a time it is for defensive backs to try to get interceptions. Defensive linemen are getting them right now, and I just wish he would have scored, but we'll give him a hard time in the locker room later on about it.
And Jimbo, he was saying that he was 4 when you guys won the Super Bowl. That had to hurt, right?
Bad. Yeah, it did hurt. You know what I was really impressed with, Nathan, is the way the guys were hitting out there. You know, it's a preseason game, but I think guys are really stepping up the pace a little bit from even last week. So I was impressed by that. And then, you know, it causes some turnovers when you're hitting out there.
Right. We're all trying to work and get better as a unit because we're still trying to find our personality as a team. And Coach Lovey always wants us to go out, play fast, play physical, and everything else take care of itself.
What's the competition factor like in the defensive backfield? You know, Jerry Azuma's hurt right now, but there's a lot of guys in there working hard, competing for a spot. Does that push you guys even harder every day to work harder in practice?
Right. It's thick right now in our defensive back room. Everybody right now is fighting for a position, fighting to stay another day, another week. And every day we go out to practice, it's a work day. So I think it builds depth in our defensive backfield to have that competition. And I think all in all we'll be better as it goes on.
And this guy is also a heck of a punt returner at the University of Texas. So we want to thank you for coming in, and best of luck next week against the New Orleans Saints. Thanks, Nathan. We're going to take a look at some of the defensive plays from today. You can stick around and enjoy this with us if you want. There's your boss, the defensive coordinator, Ron Rivera, getting good pressure, forcing turnovers today, and it started very early with Mike Brown making the pick there. What did you think after Brownie made that one?
Awesome play. All pro. He's one of the best in the league. It ain't the first time I've seen him do plays like that.
And Michael Haynes, a guy in the spotlight today. Of course, he switched over to right end. He got pressure on the quarterback. And there again, every time you get pressure on the quarterback, it's going to force turnovers. Michael Haynes, a guy in the spotlight, Jimbo, and he responded today.
Absolutely. Put on a couple nice rushes. I was very pleased to see that. Playing on that side, you know, he's playing the best offensive lineman, and I think he played a very, very good game.
Again, stuffing the run there. The Bears looked really stout against the run, which is something that you have to do to set up everything else.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, they stepped it up and they played some good football, and I was glad to see that. You know, very aggressive Bear-style football.
Okay, another sack coming up here, and you know, we got Agunlier coming in, but he's going to find that these guys want to hang on to their jobs. That's Quinn Dorsey, who they acquired in the trade with New England. He's kind of an undersized guy who was a linebacker in college, but he made some plays there, and nice to see some guys contributing all over the field.
Yeah, you know what? Last year they had some problems with the pass rush. Here's our guy right here from Pittsburgh. That's right, and then he has to drop the ball. He should have took that to the house. You have to give him some on that.
And we should point out, of course, that Jimbo Colbert is a graduate at the University of Pittsburgh. And there's our guy, Nathan Vasher. You always like to see the highlight after.
Oh, yeah, it looks a whole lot better right now. He's trying to go out and make plays, man, get interceptions, so it's always really good for him.
Were you afraid that maybe they might overrule that? Because you and the offensive player were wrestling for the ball.
I think probably just got tied up a little bit, but no call, no foul.
Well, let's look at some of the highlights of the defense today, forcing 5 49ers turnovers, 4 interceptions for the team this preseason. That is a very positive because Lovie Smith wants to emphasize turnovers and putting pressure on the quarterback. And, of course, the big news today, acquiring defensive end Adewale Agunlier from the Miami Dolphins. He, of course, has been holding out, looking for a new contract, but the Bears signed him to a 6-year deal. He's going to be a big part of this defense as we move forward. And I'm sure, Jimbo, as he comes to camp and gets in shape, he'll be a guy Bear fans are going to look forward to seeing playing.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'll tell you what. He, you know, last year we had some issues with the pass rush, and I don't think it was there. And this year, as you mentioned, there's some guys that really want to rush this passer, and he's going to be in the mix. And I think all Bear fans are looking forward to seeing some quarterbacks on their butts, and that's what we need to get to this year.
Nathan, what kind of message does that send to the whole team that the front office goes out and acquires a guy who had 15 sacks last year and made it to the Pro Bowl?
Trying to make big things happen on defense. I think the guys up front are the guys that anchor this defense. I mean, whenever they can get pressure on the quarterback, it makes us as a defensive backfield, makes our job a whole lot easier. So to have a guy like that can step in and make plays immediately is huge for us right now.